Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of the Para OR Normal Guyz. Let's mute this here. All right, so good evening, everybody. I'm glad you're here. There has been a change in the programming tonight. My guest that was scheduled, Mike, he had another event come up, so he wasn't able to join us tonight, so I've rescheduled him for December. I think it was the 13th, so he will be with us then. But in the meantime, I got us a really great guest to fill in a pinch for me. His name is Keith Hanshaw, and you might know him if you're in the challenge coin world with us. He is owner of Greywater Ops, and he has designed quite a few things. In fact, he owns a patent on a coin, so I'm sure we're going to get him to talk about that. He's also the senior media consultant with Cumulus Media, so we want to be nice to him. Maybe we'll get further in life. And he's also the manager of the Harrisburg Comedy Zone, so hopefully he can tell us a few good jokes while we're at it. So but we'll get him in here in a second. Other news, the show tomorrow night is on schedule. I'm going to go. It is the Big Brother show, so make sure to tune in for that. And then on Saturday, we will have the Misfits show. So, all right, well, let's get this going here. Let me get everybody in the studio here. I got Mr. Bobby Dizzle. I got Mrs. JT. I'm sorry, Mr. JT and Mrs. Dina. So, hello, everybody. And this is Keith. Keith, welcome to the show. Welcome to the shortened version of the Misfits. So,
yeah. Oh, gosh.
It's the best version.
Yeah. Well, Dina, you do sound much better now, so whatever you did, it works. So, and you look lovely as always. So,
thank you very much.
Keith, I hit your talking points there about who you is and what you is, but I'm sure you're going to do a much better job than I am. So, tell us a little bit about it. And I think you also got a PowerPoint or something you were going to share with us. So,
if I forgot to share, I can share the PDF file here. I'll work on that in a second.
Okay.
My name's Keith. I'm a senior media consultant with Cumulus Media. That's my day-to-day job, pays the bills. I help businesses grow through building effective radio and digital marketing campaigns. Started in radio back in 1986 when I was a senior in high school, and didn't stay in radio at that point. Went and did some other stuff, managed a McDonald's, managed a local convenience store, went in the military for 14 years, came out of that, and I had joined a guard unit, the 193rd Special Operations Wing, but I was fortunate enough to be able to get some ADSW orders that kept me employed full-time. So I'd go work on the one program, which was a Joint Army Air program, during the day or during the week, and then on my weekends I'd still drill with my unit like normal. But all of that kind of culminated into my interest in challenge coins, and I got my first challenge coin in 1990. And when I got that, the first thing they told me is make sure you carry that with you all the time. It originally started out in the military as a drinking game, right? If we're all in the same unit, we all have a coin, you're supposed to have your coin on you. And if I don't think you have your coin on you, well, if we're out at a club after work, I'm going to challenge you. And when I challenge you, you have 60 seconds to produce your coin and slam it down on the bar or tap it on the bar, right, to signify that you had it. And if I challenge you and you have your coin, then I have to buy you a drink. But the whole reason that I'm challenging you is because I'm hoping you don't have your coin, so you're buying drinks. So that kind of I kind of got off track there from the radio. But yeah, started radio back in 1986, came back into radio about 2010. I've sold radio down in Ocean City, Maryland, in the Summer Beach area all year. That was fun. And I've been here with Cumulus since about 2015. And I, again, help local and medium-sized businesses build radio and digital marketing campaigns. That's my day job. And then I also own Greywater Ops, right? I'm an artist. I've been designing coins since, like I said, about 1995. Started as something in the military. And on top of all that, I manage the Harrisburg Comedy Zone. Now, the Comedy Zone, I don't really consider work. That's just blow off steam at the end of the week. You know, we're a 200-seat venue. We have national touring comics every weekend. Asifa Lee is here this weekend. It's a special event, Friday and Saturday night. But that's what kind of drives me during the day. Started 2 different coin companies, and between the first coin company and the second coin company, I opened up a magic shop and ran that for a bunch of years, developed a bunch of magic tricks, and that's what kind of led to the birth of the Smart Coin, which is kind of what my book's about, the coin that changed charity. It is a magic trick, or a high-tech magic trick, that I was patenting and found through the use of it that it had other uses. So I actually have this is one of the original smartphone card tricks, which is what the magic trick was called, right? So you'd have it to be a card trick. Oh, did I just lose you?
Nope.
No, we're still here. I made you larger so everybody can see much better. So.
I'm going to get through. Somebody say stop at any point.
Stop.
Okay.
I said stop.
Look at that.
Okay.
You see it?
Right. We do.
Now, I haven't done this for a while, so I'm hoping it's going to work. But so anyway, so at this point, you would pick the card, you put the card back in, you shuffle it back in, and you would take your smartphone, and then I'd ask you to open up your smartphone, and I'd tell you to just touch your smartphone to the coin. And when you do that, you get a little pop-up here. Yep, wrong card.
How'd you know?
I got to set up 2 different ones. Anyways, I was doing magic on the screen somewhere. It would work.
I was hoping that was part of the trick.
Me too.
I just wanted to show that so you had an understanding of like where the idea came from, right? So I patented that technology, simple technology of putting an NFC chip inside a custom minted coin, and I did this in 2013. And the problem that I ran into, we got the patent approved in 2015, but in 2015 there were only a handful of Android phones that had NFC readers on the phones. So the trick only worked on a handful so it just made it hard to market, made it hard to sell. I still sold a bunch of them, and I still love the novelty of the trick, because you pick the card, you shovel it, you put it back in, you take your phone, you touch the coin or the deck, and whatever card you pick shows up on your own phone. So that magically transformed into an idea for fundraisers that, and I honest to God believe this 100%, that this has the potential to change fundraising on a huge scale. Okay. Mm-hmm. So let's look at 2 different scenarios. Let's say I work in an office building with 100 different people, right? And I use St. Jude Children's Hospital as the example, not doing a fundraiser for them right now. I'm just using them as an example. I could go around to each of the people in my office building, and I could jump up and down and shake pom-poms and say, hey, you know what? St. Jude does really great stuff. They're fighting childhood cancer. They don't charge the parents a dime. Right? And everybody to my face would say what?
Awesome.
Great.
Oh, yeah. Right. I'll check it out. Yeah, I'll check it out. But out of 100 people, do you think it's a fair assessment to say that only 2 or 3 people would actually go through and follow through and make a donation?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah,
so that's scenario 1. That's fundraising as they're doing it, wherever they're doing it, the status quo. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, imagine how familiar are you guys with challenge coins just in general?
I see about 200 or 300 a day.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay. So I mean, you know, the value in the challenge coin isn't in the content of the metal that it's minted in. It's really what's minted on the coin,
Right.
who gave it to them, and what it represents, right? Like I carry my coin in my pocket because I felt part of a bigger organization. You know, it was something, we were a special ops unit. Everybody wanted our coins, you know, so it's something that meant something to me because of what was on the coin. And every deployment that I ever went on, I got coins for those deployments. And every single challenge coin is like a time vault of memories of where you were and what you were doing when you got that coin, you know, good or bad, time vault of that situation. So now the book is a whole playbook for nonprofits and charities on how to implement this to make maximum donations from the coin, right? So here's how the fundraiser would pitch it to their donors. You know, you can make a 50 or a $25, $50, $75 donation like you normally would, and we'll send you whatever we were going to normally send you, you know. But if you're the kind of person that really want, and let me back up here for a second. I have ADD, so my mind bounces all over the place. So I'm really trying hard. I got notes in front of me to stay on focus, but lost my train of thought.
How charities can use those.
Okay, so yeah, the charity wants to, is going to have to educate their donors, right? So they're going to start out with their hardcore donors, the people that have been donating every year for how long, right? Go after the low-hanging fruit, right? So here's the pitch to the donors from the charity. They're going to ask three things, like, you can do $50, $25, or $75 donation, but if you really want to help the cause, you really want to become a brand ambassador for us and an extension of our fundraiser. If you make a $100 donation, we're going to send you this beautiful, and imagine this is custom designed for St. Jude or whoever, right? We're going to send you this beautiful coin, and this isn't the kind of coin that you're going to throw in the drawer and hope that it goes up in value in 20 years, right? That's not what it's about. We're going to ask three things if you buy this coin, all right? One is that you carry it in your pocket every day. From a marketing angle, you're keeping the charity top of mind every day when they pick it up off their dresser and put it in their pocket. Maybe they're kind of like, I sit all day on the phone and I have a coin in my hand, just playing with the coin in my hand, It just kind of becomes habit. Coins are a very tactile experience. The weight of them, the thickness, the 3D detail, the way it plays on your fingers. Now, I made these just so I had a sample version that I could send out to people when they wanted to, well, I don't know, let me see if it works for us. Okay, they buy one coin and it's generic. You can use this one as a digital business card, or you can use it like we're going to program them for the charities. But so ask one from the charity is that you carry this in your pocket every day. Ask two from the charity is going to be, if you're in a situation where you have an opportunity to talk about our charity, pull the coin out of your pocket, put the coin in somebody else's hands. In sales, you guys familiar with the puppy dog close?
Yes.
How do you sell a puppy dog? Put the puppy dog in somebody's lap.
Oh, yeah.
That's correct. Yeah.
Same thing. You put these coins in their hands, and I'm speaking from my coins, from experience, from giving people business card coins since 1995, right? So I give them a business card coin, and whatever we're talking about, the whole conversation stops, and they're like, "This is your business card?" I'm like, yeah. And then the next question is always, "That must be an expensive business card." To which I reply, they're about $5 or $6 each. And their head kind of has a little meltdown.
Oh,
You're giving me a $5 business card? But I'm dealing with, businesses that have 11 locations in central Pennsylvania and are spending $180,000 a year with me. What the hell is a $5 coin, right?
Yeah.
So
It's true.
You want to be different. You want to stand out. You want to be remembered. Give them a coin. They have 300 business cards sitting on their desk. I had a builder in Berlin, Maryland that I met one time. We had a meeting, gave one of my coins. He ended up not buying radio from me. 6 months later, I'm going through my Rolodex, just recalling people. And he's a small builder. Like, he's the guy that answers the phone when you call. And he answered the phone. And I was going to say, "Hey, Dave, it's Keith from Delmarva Broadcasting. I don't know if you remember who I am or not." And he's like, "Oh, you're the guy with the coin." And I'm like, "Yeah, you remember that?" He's like, "Oh, it's laying on my desk. I love it." He's like, "I use it like a paperweight." So people remember coins, right? There's a connection with it. So ask two from the charities. Just look for opportunities to put the coin in somebody else's hand. And then when they're ready to give the coin, again, while they're looking at the coin, you're getting all the yes signs. Hey, there's weight to that, right? Yeah. Can you feel that 3D detail? Yeah. And look at the color. Yeah, it's awesome, right? When they go to hand it back to you, you say, "I haven't even showed you the cool part yet." Open up your phone and touch it to the coin. There. Still got the card up there. There we go.
Here you are.
And then on their phone, the St. Jude donation page pops up.
Oh, that's
so take
awesome.
that same scenario from the first, right? 100 people. I go around. So ask one was carried every day. Ask two is look for opportunities to talk to people. And ask three is find a minimum of one person to make the next donation and continue it perpetually, right? So, and set the bar low. Who's not going to find 3 or 4 or 10 people to donate, right? They're not going to stop at one. But Now I go around 100 people. I put the coin in 100 people's hands, and I get 100 different people with 100 different IP addresses from 100 unique smartphone IDs to load the donation page of whoever the charity is for, that the fundraiser is for. Now, out of 100 people, what do you think is a fair number that would make a donation? Now, again, there's a little bit of peer pressure at this point, right? Like, I'm not breaking kneecaps, but
Right.
we just talked about this. You didn't know we were going here, right? And all of a sudden, now the donation page is on your phone. Out of 100 people, how many people do you say would make a donation at that point?
I say it's 30%.
Okay, that's I say 10. I'm happy with 10.
I was going to
I'm
go with
happy
about
with
20.
10. I like to err on the side of caution and over deliver, right?
Yeah.
At the bar low, if 2 people made a donation without the smart coin and 10 people made a donation with the smart coin, 100% guarantee that any fundraiser that uses the smart coin in their fundraising will make more money.
Right.
Now, here's the buzzwords, right? This fundraising tool bridges the gap between the last donation and the next donation on a multi-level marketing scale, but on a grassroots level, one coin at a time, by putting the coin in people's hands, right? The coin will help the donors have a stronger bond, right? They're gonna feel like they're helping, right? When they get 7, 8, 9 people touching their phone and they're, oh yeah, I'll make a donation, and they're making donations. And I'm thinking small, like people that don't have money to donate, doing that. What about the people that are writing $10,000, $100,000 checks all the time? Put one of these coins in one of their hands and see how much they can make from getting all their friends to tap. Like, it's just a perpetual donation machine. I'll pause for a second there. Let that settle in.
So the one coin goes to the next
Great.
person. You kind of pass it like a what would Jesus do?
No. You keep
bracelet?
the coin. It's your coin.
Okay.
You're just trying to get another donation, right? If they make the $100 donation like you did, then they're going to get the coin. And the good part about it is you're educating the donor up front and you're telling them what you expect of them. Look, if you want to really help us, this is a way that you can make your contribution that you want to make without having to make a contribution, every time we come around doing a fundraiser, because you're carrying a tool in your pocket that allows you to be an extension of the fundraiser. So using St. Jude as the example, say St. Jude does an initial launch and they sell 10,000 coins, right? September 6th, 2023, St. Jude may have, and I'm just throwing fake numbers out there, but St. Jude may have 100 people on payroll that they pay to do fundraising, right? You sell 10,000 coins, you instantly have 10,100 people out there actively fundraising for you. And throw all the arguments you want at me. Well, not everybody's going to carry it. Okay. Chapter 16 of my book is all about crunching the numbers and putting variables in, like, well, what if only 20% of the people carry? And what if the donation amount is only $50? Like, you can put in real variables and crunch real numbers. The coins are $13 wholesale costs for the charity. So I even have a part in the book for how the fundraiser can get a corporate sponsor to pay for them. A coin is unique because it only has 2 sides, right?
Mm-hmm.
St. Jude, I'm sure, has plenty of corporate sponsors that would be chomping at the bit to spend $130,000 to mint 10,000 coins and put their logo on one side of a coin that's going to literally be put in 10,000 people's hands, and that perpetually is going to keep being put in other people's hands as, hey, this is the company that made it all possible. So by the corporate sponsor paying for it, when St. Jude sells it for $100, St. Jude's getting $100 clear. 10,000 coins times $100 is $1 million for every 10,000 coins sold. And that's just, again, 10,000 coins for one small fundraiser. Now, I don't know what the numbers are because there's, depending on who you ask, you get different answers. But the top 400 nonprofits collectively raised X billion of dollars. Let's say it's $26 billion, right? I believe that if all those 400 nonprofits incorporated the smart coin in their fundraising model, they could easily collectively go over 60 billion just because of the amount of in chapter 16. Again, I'm going over, like 5 layers deep of Well, what if there's a 50% attrition rate of people that are dropping off, not carrying it? You can sit and crunch numbers like that. But the benefit of that chapter really is seeing the value of getting everybody on board with the whole concept of what you're all really doing, And if everybody's on the same page and everybody has the tools to make it happen, it's not costing me $100 out of my checkbook every time I get somebody to donate. I'm just being an extension of the donation or of the fundraiser for them.
That's pretty cool.
It's very cool.
I thought of an idea today for a school system or a school district. So same concept, right? The concept's the same. The methodology or the technical side is the same. It's touching a smartphone to the coin and something happens. So imagine this scenario. A school district goes out and they want to teach their students about philanthropic giving and charitable giving and why it's important to do stuff like that and just create that whole overall event where you make a coin, you give each of the students a coin, and you give each of the staff a coin, right? And the same thing. You have a coin, we're doing a fundraiser. Your goal is to find one person to make a donation. We don't even care what the amount is. It's not about the money. It's about the collective involvement, right? And it's about kids being able to set limits for themselves or what they think is a limit, and then giving them an easy way really to exceed that limit, right? So if we go into a school and say, we're going to give you guys all these coins, and every person that you get to make a donation by touching a phone is going to go into this collective thing, and we're going to see how much we can raise, yada, yada, yada. You only have to find one person. But if you want to find more than one, that's awesome, And then you ask the kids, I want you all on your own to make a number up in your head. How many donations do you think you're going to get, right? I think I can get 8. I think I can get 10. I think I can get 2. I don't think I can get any, right? They go out, easy to get them. You figure we said what, 10 to 30%. So 1 in 10 is going to say yes. That's pretty good odds for, and who's, again, you have kids doing this now, right? They're going to just say no, I'm not going to help you out. Pound sand.
That would be so much easier than selling candy bars and donuts and whatever.
Yep.
Cheesecakes.
And parents would love it. Yeah.
I'm trying to open up a document that I was like putting it all together. I take ideas that I have as an artist, right? And I'll throw them into AI. And AI just makes them better ideas, like it helps polish stuff. And it just, like my second book, my #1 bestseller in 3 different Amazon categories the day it launched. And I've never written a book before, I knew what I wanted to say in my head, and it's my story it's my history as an artist for the past 30 years, and how I went from getting my first coin to, designing coins for other people in my unit. I was a weapons instructor right off the bat when I joined, and cross-trained in security police. And then artist spot opened up, and I'm an artist, so I'm like, hey, I got to go apply for that. So I cross-trained out of security police, went down to Fort Meade to Dinfos Art School, graduated as an honor grad, and haven't looked back since. I'm thankful that the Air Force paid and gave me, I would say it was my artistic ability, but they helped me definitely hone my skills. Everything working through the counter-drug program that I worked on throughout the week afforded me the ability to do audio and video stuff. Like we handled public relations stuff. We did all the class photos. We ran the raid house videos for the SWAT teams that were coming in and practicing stuff. The Northeast Counter Drug Training Center is a drug law enforcement training center. Line item, Congress line item, or a congressional line item. Fly flying around there. My lights on through the fly flying around. See, distraction, squirrel. My screen's on the side right now. I have no idea what I was saying. Hey, here's a kilt pin that I made for the Pennsylvania State Police.
That's awesome.
That's beautiful.
It is. It's very pretty.
Were you guys? Anybody in Pennsylvania?
No.
Okay.
No,
anybody familiar with the Pennsylvania state flag?
Yeah, I've been through Pennsylvania many times and stayed there, but I don't know that I recall it.
I won't teach you. I'll just tell you what it is.
Okay.
So here's a coin that I do for the Office State Inspector General for Pennsylvania. This is the department that if there's any type of fraud or theft of state property or anything like that, this is the law enforcement agency that would be involved in that, right? So this is a 2-inch matte gold coin. It's dual plated, 3D detail. Sorry, I'm trying to.
That's good.
Oh, for you.
Beautiful.
And then on the back, it's a close-up image. Here's what I hate seeing on coins. I hate seeing coins that people send me that are cluttered PowerPoint slides. You know, they look at the circle as the PowerPoint slide, and they try to put as many individual things on it, and everybody that they've ever been associated with on that coin. I'm like, the coin's 2 inches. You want one central focus item and as much detail as you can. So because we're zoomed in on the middle of the flag, like there's really high relief 3D detail.
That is great. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Now, I put an Easter egg on this coin. So let me hold it the right way here. So if you look at it, you see the bales of hay or wheat or whatever in the bottom part of the flag.
Mm-hmm.
On the actual flag, there's 3 of them.
Okay.
I removed one on purpose because this is the State Inspector General's coin. So in the play on words, so to speak, it's somebody stole it off of the state flag, so it's their responsibility to go find it. So that's why.
Cool.
If somebody in Pennsylvania is going to go, there's something, that flag's not right. It's missing something.
Yeah.
Little fun stuff like that.
I love it.
That's great.
That is awesome.
Actually, I made us a coin for our show here.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then on the back, and I'm like you. I like everything raised up, and this one glows in the dark. So.
Oh, nice. Yeah. I did a nuclear power plant one that glows in the dark.
Yeah.
Yeah. So. I'm familiar with the challenge coins. That, of course, I'm with the fire department, so I collected them, and I've designed a couple of them. I'm no artiste like you, but I do like the higher 3D ones because you feel like you got something. So,
yeah, I work for the Army, so I see 1,000 of those things a day.
Yeah.
All kinds of them.
And there's a distinct difference between a cheap coin that's thin and light and a good heavy-duty coin, right? Like you want a coin that has weight to it. Like
you want one you can kill somebody with, honestly. I see them; they're like the big around with a snuff can.
Big.
Yep.
Some are huge.
Some are shaped like states and things, and have a weird.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Some have a bottle opener built in.
Mm-hmm.
Those are not coins. They're bottle openers. If you put a bottle opener on a coin, it is no longer a coin. It's a bottle opener. And bottle openers are a dime a dozen.
I think that's the stupidest thing.
If you put a key ring on it, then it's a keychain. It's not a coin.
So it has
Why
to
are
be.
we ruining good
Does
coin?
it have to be round to be a coin?
No.
Okay.
My favorite one I saw looks like the
Here's
state
one
of Texas.
for a training center. It's a Air National Guard Regional Training Center, and there's 4 different camps around the country. And when you go to each camp, you get a piece of the puzzle.
Now that
That's
makes
pretty
it
cool.
round. I like that.
McDonald's.
I'm going to show you inside the coin. I have like one that's not put together. So just a couple pieces. So we start out with whatever the art or the design is, right? So this is the one that I was showing you before, right? That's that side of it. This side is I want as much 3D detail as we can have there because that's the side that's going to be the tactile side that you're going to feel against your fingers, right? The other side, because we have to put a NFC tag in here. This is an NTAG 424 DNA chip. We recess an area in the coin, in the actual steel die, so we can drop that in there. And we have to use a shielded NFC tag because if we put the regular NFC sticker right on the metal, it would just ground out the antenna and it wouldn't work, right?
Yeah.
So that goes over, and then we do a 4-color printed insert of whatever is going on this side, the logo or something simple. That goes over top, and then we seal the entire side with a liquid epoxy, and that settles in everything. It locks everything in, locks the coin in, and then makes it waterproof. Not that you'd think that a coin need to be waterproof, but when you put a microchip in it, it has to be waterproof.
So is that where the art comes in? Like if somebody wants their own art, is that the insert where
Everything
the art
I do is
comes
custom.
in?
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
gotcha.
So somebody would come to me and say, we want to order a minimum of 200 coins. You know, I would design the artwork. It takes me the same amount of time to design artwork for 200 coins as it does for 350,000 coins. That was I did an order for Anheuser-Busch. It was 350,000 coins. in 2000, 2002 or 2003
Okay.
for Operation Iraqi Freedom. Everybody who was deployed in the war at that time, as they out processed, got issued a coin, and then people, when they rotated in, got coins. I've had guys tell me that they were there 2 or 3 tours, never got a coin, and then I've had other people that say that they went twice and got 4 coins. I'm like, okay,
that's not fair.
I had nothing to do with it.
I know.
We shipped them to the desert. The military took control of them.
That's why some got some and some didn't. More likely.
Some got more than others.
Exactly. That's nice. And I read on your or on the page for the coins that you can put like links to videos or videos on the actual.
Yeah. There's anything that you can do with an NFC tag, right? Like you can buy NFC tags off the shelf, right?
Right.
You just can't put them in custom coins because I own the patent to that.
Nice.
But like I said, I did it back in 2015 before anybody was even thinking about putting them in things, and it was more because it was a magic trick, which is why I was trying to patent it. But yeah,
that's pretty awesome.
I like the idea with the schools though, just because it gives them a whole experience that they're working on as a team thing,
Yeah, it's an incentive too. I like that.
The classes will compete against each other.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mrs. Smith against Mr. Brown or whatever, and and kids always like to play games like that, so that would get them pumped and excited.
I made a list of 10 ways group fundraising with the Smart Coin can transform student experiences. Team building, right? Group fundraisers encourage students to collaborate, fostering essential teamwork skills that will serve them well throughout life. Leadership development, taking on specific roles within the fundraiser, allows students to hone their leadership abilities and gain practical experience. Community engagement, fundraisers connect students with their local communities, promoting a sense of belonging and social responsibility. Empowerment, setting fundraising goals challenges students to push their boundaries, fostering a growth mindset and building self-confidence. 5, financial literacy, managing a goal or budget and tracking donations teaches it. You could put UTM codes on the HTML codes, right? The links, and make every single coin have a unique UTM code and literally track who sent the most donations over the course of the campaign through Google Analytics.
That would be awesome. Yeah.
Communication skills. Fundraisers require students to engage with donors, improving their ability to articulate ideas and make persuasive appeals. 7, problem solving. Overcoming fundraising challenges encourages critical thinking and creative problem solving among students. 8, networking opportunities. Interacting with donors and community members creates networking opportunities that can be valuable for future endeavors. Sense of purpose. Fundraisers allow students to connect with causes they are passionate about, and the charity could be whatever the school agreed on, right? There's no set charity. The school could collectively vote and say, hey, we want to do a dog shelter, or we want to do St. Jude, or we want to do Children's Miracle Network, or whatever. Innovative fundraising. Incorporating the Smart Coin adds a tech savvy edge to fundraising, making them more engaging and efficient. That was 10. Yeah.
So do you have a machine that makes these, or do you have to?
No. I take the idea, throw it in Chat GPT or Jasper AI. I was using Jasper AI a year before Chat GPT, before I even heard of Chat GPT. Like I was paying $1,000 a year for the boss plan, which gave me 500,000 words a month for basically any idea that I throw at it. It'll give me content. I don't have to sit and worry about how many words I'm spending or buying. I just, it just takes good ideas and polishes them. Or like I said, I'm not the best grammatically, like from an author standpoint. Grammar wasn't one of my strong suits, so it helps me like above and beyond just the red squiggly line if you misspell something.
Yeah.
So you like Jasper better than Chat?
I like Chat GPT because with whatever one I have the GPT-4, which is the more intuitive. I have found a lot of errors You have to be careful with any type of statistics because it's looking at old data. I think it's all
from
before 2021.
Yeah.
I like Jasper AI because I can take, as an artist, I can visually describe what I want to see. I want to see, I want to see something in. You're laughing at my ADD right now. I know.
No, I'm laughing at some of the art I've seen.
Oh no! Like I say, okay, I want to see a portrait in acrylic, a close-up image in a Picasso style of rainbows or whatever, and it would just spit out 4 images. And if I like them, they're all original images that I can use in my book or whatever. I don't have to worry about copyright. I don't have to worry about getting permission to use it because they're all original. And the best part about it, if I think the 4 images suck, I just say, boop, click it again, and it just gives me 4. It'll do that as many times as I click it. It'll just keep giving me new ideas. And there's always something, or I might see something that I like part of it, and then I'll go revise how I word it, But it really is for AI stuff. It's all about your enhanced prompts and stuff and how you're asking the questions or what you're asking.
Yeah, you have to be pretty specific or pretty focused in. You can't put in like Spider-Man playing golf or what I'm saying? Right. God knows what you'll get.
Yeah.
I write a marketing article newsletter. I have 550 subscribers on LinkedIn. Every day I publish a new marketing article. I know all the content because I sell it, right? But I don't have time to sit and write full articles. So I'll go in and I'll ask ChatGPT, give me 3 marketing topics about YouTube TrueView versus local video display. And then it'll spit something out, and then I'll go through and edit it, and then I'll add images or I'll add slides from decks that I use, so it's it's relevant. And then I add my brand that I have on LinkedIn with my freemarketinghelp.org logo and everything that goes to the bottom of all my newsletters, and it just slowly grows. You guys familiar with LinkedIn Social Selling Index?
Somewhat, yes.
81. I'm in the top 1% on LinkedIn for market for my career field, the people that I'm in.
That's great.
Others in my career field are like 36, 37. But I'm on LinkedIn every single day. I'm interacting with people. I'm talking to them. I'm not just connecting with them and trying to spam them and trying to sell them anything. I don't want to sell anybody anything. I want to help small businesses grow their business, period. Like I have too much business and I don't play the games. Like I'm not chasing people down to convince them that they need to spend 5 to 7% of their annual budget on marketing if they want to grow. I'm not, I can educate, I can share stuff, I can show them. And that's what I try to do with the content that I put out. I'm constantly putting something new out, and it's just, one thing might resonate with somebody one day over another.
Absolutely. Yeah. So it sounds like this keeps you busy during the week, and on the weekends, are you one of the comedians?
No. I just book the funny. I'm not on stage. I book the funny.
You're the bouncer. Is that?
You get Big J and Dan Soder in there.
Jay hasn't been there. Our venue's 200. So from as far as venues go, 300 is kind of like the next venue level where you get bigger names. Like we get Steve-O and Chris Kattan and Rob Schneider and people like that. People going up now. I can't get Matt Rife. Matt Rife's making like $150,000 a show. It's crazy.
Wow.
It just becomes that you can't sell tickets high enough for 200 seats to even come close to breaking even on a door deal. So they're all national touring comics every week. We tell people it's kind of like when you go to a steak shop, it doesn't matter what day you go for. If you go to a place because they have good steaks, you can go there any day. It's going to be good steaks. Same thing with the Comedy Zone. These are national touring comics. This is what they do every weekend. You may not get along. You may not like, somebody, or somebody might rub you the wrong way or ruffle feathers or trigger you. Tammy Pescatelli was here. We're dark from June through the end of August before the new season starts. But Tammy Pescatelli was here at the end of the spring, and she got on stage. She said, I want to tell you guys that while I'm up here, I may say some things that may offend some of you. And I want you to know that I will not be offended if you get up and walk out.
I love it.
However, he said, if you get offended, there are exits on that side of the theater and there are exits on that side of the theater. But if you choose to stay in here and try to flame it and make it about you or about whatever, you give up those rights. You know, I respect you if you get up and walk out of my show, but don't sit here and just stay there and bitch because your feelings were hurt because you didn't like something I said. That's the one thing that I think comics get hit on so hard now.
Yeah.
People are so quick to cancel. Shane Gillis started at the Comedy Zone.
I love him.
Shane Gillis got hired and fired almost as quickly on Saturday Night Live because of something he said on a podcast one time like 12 years ago.
Yeah.
Now look at him. He's 10 times more successful.
Now Shane's making like, 20. He was just at the Giant Center.
Mhm.
Yeah, he's on Rogan all the time at Protect Our Parks.
Yep.
That dude's a legend in his own right.
I just saw he has a Netflix special coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. But like now Shane, because Shane's from Harrisburg, his family's in Harrisburg. If Shane goes to the Giant Center, like his family's not coming backstage and everything down there, If they want to see Shane, they're going to come to the Comedy Zone and see him there.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's cool.
That's pretty cool. It is.
My podcast was half about stand-up comedy for a while, so I had to back it down to niche down a little bit. But I had a bunch of comedians on here. I had Terry Jones. He's from Pittsburgh. Has he ever played over there?
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
nope. I people ask me name, and I'm like,
yeah. There's 1,000 of them.
I'm there Friday and Saturday night. I organize it. I take care of seating. I run the show and everything. But like, I'm not like eating and breathing comedy all week throughout the week. I'm paying the bills with Cumulus and trying to, get that. I've had one order in my career that was 350,000. One. That's one so far. I need like one of those a year. That'd be awesome.
Yeah.
I could do that. I could walk away from one of the jobs, but
How long do they
like
stay on
what I
stage?
do? What's that?
How long do they stay on stage? Like, what's their average times?
Oh, well, we do a 3-comic show. It's a 90-minute show. So the MC is usually a local comic. He does 10 minutes. And then there's a feature that does a half an hour as a touring feature. And then the headliner does 45 minutes.
Okay.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder, they tour from town to town and all around. That was a song, wasn't it?
It was.
WKRP in Cincinnati. Yeah, up and down the dial. That was WKRP in Cincinnati. Sorry, I just went squirrel on you.
God is my witness. I thought turkeys could fly.
Exactly. So yeah, they go around from weekend to weekend, and I'm sure that you see them quite frequently. But do they have like a touring circuit, or is that just something that they go from like Pennsylvania to California, or?
No, it wouldn't be that extreme. It depends who their agency is. If it's a bigger name, they have an agency in New York or LA that's, sending riders and, they want all this stuff in the green room. Crazy. I pull my hair out on riders. I'm like you're getting paid ridiculous amount of money to come here. Do we really need to get you 3 bottles of Cristal and,
Oh, really?
Oh yeah. The special
bars.
Yeah.
I always said my rider would have Diet Mountain Dew in it. I just need three cold cans of Diet Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
I was the team paramedic for the Fox Theater here in Atlanta, and Lady Gaga wanted me to come back there and give her a shot of B12 and oxygen at the halftime, and she would only eat, I want to say it was green M&Ms or something.
Yeah.
So they had to buy all these bags and pick them out.
Sometimes I just get out there. I'm like, no, just find it out contract.
Can you do
Exactly.
that? Can you say no?
If it's something, like if it's something that we don't like,
Weird.
I hear some people put things.
Excuse me.
They want Thai food, but there's not a Thai restaurant within 15 minutes of.
Yeah. Okay.
I listen to a ton
what
of
do you want? We have a full kitchen. We're a restaurant. Tell us what you want. We'll make you whatever you want. We're not bringing.
I listen to a ton of comedian podcasts, and they all say that sometimes they put crazy shit in there to make sure they're actually getting read.
Oh.
Bill Burrows.
As an organizer and the person that books them and signs those contracts and looks at those riders and gets all that stuff, nothing frustrating more than when you're jumping through hoops to get stupid shit. And and then they don't even go into the green room.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That would be
That would-
very frustrating.
that would
I
be.
couldn't imagine having that kind of attitude and have just a
Angering.
stupid rider for just caught for no
I
reason.
know, I'm so grateful or thankful for any positive experience. It's like people going on strike for
Excuse me.
baseball or football back in the
These were
all over.
It's fall over there, Dana. It's a live
I
show.
think
Don't
when-
worry.
I'm sitting-
Sports fans start
All
bitching
crunched
and moaning over not getting enough millions. There's plenty of other sports players that would love the opportunity to do what you're doing for far less than you're doing it. So I don't really have a lot of sympathy for.
If
people
I ever
wanting
had that
to-
opportunity, first thing I'd do is set myself for life and then just be on garbage time for the rest of my career. I
Enjoy.
would just make
yeah.
sure that whatever happened, I had some FU money, and I could just like, well, I'm playing football. What do you care?
Yeah,
I'm a comedian. I'm Bill Burr. I mean, he does it right, but you know what I mean.
Yeah.
yeah.
Once I'm set for life, I mean, it's all garbage time. I'm in and out. I think that's how people become legends, though. The legends are the ones that don't have to tour, don't have to do anything.
I don't know.
Getting back to the coins, so you make them for a lot of local agencies, and you make them for international agencies as well, or is this?
I've done not so much internet. Like I've done coins for wargaming, World of Warships, World of Warplanes, commemorative coins. I've done patches that I did for them. We do patches also. The World of
wow,
Warships
cool.
patch that we did.
That's
neat.
nice.
Oh,
But we do
Nice.
state police, federal agencies, FBI, NCIS, the real NCIS, not the TV show. Military
Oh,
units.
with kids on
Military
it.
units are our main client. Military commanders, and senior enlisted NCOs that are having coins made that represent their organization. Like here's a coin for the 919th Special Operation. Now this, I don't like this coin because it's plain, but it's their logo is what it is. It's just, I don't see I want to start a podcast. It's called "The Problem with Your Coin Is," and then let people bring the challenge coins on. I'll look at them and I'll tell them what's wrong with it. So what's wrong with this coin is it looks like a coloring book, right? There's no 3D detail. There's no real texture to it. Everything's outlined and colored, right?
Yeah.
This side has a little bit of texture because there's a eagle on the back
That's
for the colonel, but it's
such
kind
an
of plain,
ugly
right?
color.
How many coins have you seen with a colonel rank on the back? My head would explode if I walked in the Pentagon and started going in the general office after general office, and they all had DOD emblem on one side and either a red or a blue flag with 1, 2, 3, or 4 stars on it.
That's
and
a horrible color
some-
too.
Cookie cutter. That's not. You want something that stands out. You want something that people are going to remember, like Pennsylvania State Police clandestine lab
Nice.
unit.
Oh yeah, that pops.
It does. I like that.
Now the president even has one, doesn't he?
What's that?
yeah.
The
everybody has
president,
one.
he
yeah,
has
yeah.
one. The commander in chief.
I'm going to see if I can open up this. Oh, there it is. I'm going to try to open up the share here for the PDF.
All right.
I understand.
I don't know why it gives you that. You knew what you were doing when you click share.
No,
Yeah.
I know. My problem is because I have ADD, I have a million windows open, so I'm trying to scroll. Find it.
Yeah, that would drive me nuts having a million windows open.
There it is.
It is storming like crazy here, by the way.
There we go. You see that?
Uh-huh.
There we go.
Keep it down there, Bobby.
So I want to point out too, this gentleman right here, this is artist Dick Kramer. He's been my mentor since the mid '90s, and really the reason that I followed my passion as an artist. You might not know him by his name, but he was very big in the SWAT, police, and military communities, and he did pencil portraits that look like photographs, like.
Ah.
They look like photographs. And I was so drawn in by, I have one of his originals hanging on my wall, and his use of negative space around the image is just such mastery. I did a 15 coin series with him based off of his top 15 works of art. And his most popular piece of art is this one right here. It's called Grunt EGA. That's a
Awesome.
pencil portrait that he did of his son, Steve. Side note, the person
Wow.
that you're looking at, Steve, is the vice president of marketing for Springfield Armory.
Oh,
Nice.
nice.
Marketing business with Springfield Armory.
Hmm.
But this is his most popular work of art. It's the most famous image in Marine Corps history. There are more Marines that have used this image on shot glasses, mugs. He said he's seen guys with their entire back tattooed with this image. And it was just most, over his lifetime, his most popular piece of art that he's ever made and sold. So that was coin number 1 in our series. So we took his artwork, and I did a business partnership with him back, not a partnership, but a collaboration with him on a coin that we worked on, that he was working on for a TAC-P unit that he was doing a drawing for. And he liked my coin so much, he granted us permission to reproduce his art, and we pay him a royalty for anything that we used. But he's never let any other coin company reproduce his art because, in his words, most of the coins he's seen are junk. And it was just thrilled with what we did to it. So that's his original art. And then here's coin number 1 in the 15 coin series. It's a 2-inch matte gold coin, has nice weight and heft to it. I was fortunate enough to take set 0001 of all 15 coins down to him and his wife, Ginny, in December. And he passed away like a month later. So
Oh,
gosh.
wow.
it's sad that he passed away, and love his imagination, his mind, his art. But I was fortunate and thankful that I got to present it to him. And now, as an artist, like, this is the person that I look up to, right? This is my mentor as an artist, right? That's him doing that image that he's drawing right there. I've done a coin with that image on for that security forces image or
That's
group that he was
amazing.
doing that for. We do a lot of fundraisers. The first fundraiser I did back in 2001 for 9/11 was a American Red Cross fundraiser. And there were so many scams going on with fundraisers that I wanted to make sure everybody knew it was legitimate and above board. I went to the American Red Cross. I did a letter agreement with them. I gave them full access to our books and everything. And I said, look, we want to make this coin. We want to sell it. We're going to give all the proceeds to the Red Cross. And I raised $80,500 and donated to the Disaster Relief Fund. All from, and this is before Facebook, before like MySpace was around then, but it's just from people seeing it on my website. But he said when he saw the last paragraph, I've seen a lot of coins, most of them junk. This is without a doubt the most beautiful rendered coin I've ever seen. And like, that means a lot to me coming from.
Oh, yeah. That's an honor.
Oh, I didn't even tell you. This is the artist that painted the mural that Reagan and Mrs. Reagan gave to the city of Berlin after Reagan's Mr. Gorbachev tearing down that wall speech. That's the man right there that painted the. Actually, I don't know how this is gonna look on the screen. This is a print of the there you go. That he signed for me. Freedom through air power. This was like a huge 8-foot tall by like 16 or whatever mural that he painted.
That is so
But
cool.
like, his art is just beautiful. I love his art. And he's really, again, the person that inspired me as an artist to follow, and my thing was I hated seeing shitty looking coins,
Mhm.
And it just comes down to people that don't design coins all the time. They what do? They open up PowerPoint and they start designing like they think they were designed without really any consideration to what's going to be metal or 3D in the coin, or what's going to be painted, or what has to be dual plated because it's too small to paint. Anything that's painted on a coin has to have a raised wall. That's my first coin for my unit, 193rd. That's a 1.5-inch bronze coin.
Nice.
I used to live in Maryland. That was my license plate. My beginnings started in high school. I managed the school store, and I had a side hustle where I'd run over to the convenience store that was across the street from our school every morning and buy like 10 or however much money I had. I'd buy $10 or $15 worth of candy, load up my candy bag or my book bag, and then throughout the day, people just knew I always had candy, and I'd sell candy bars for $1 a piece. That's kind of where my entrepreneurial spirit started. Secrets, Ocean City, Maryland, one of the largest clubs in the East Coast. Leighton Moore is the owner. I made this is one that we did for the 25th year anniversary, and the ruby that's in this was not a real ruby, and it's not silver. But for Leighton Moore, the owner of Secrets, I made one in 999 silver and put a real ruby in the eye. It was beautiful.
Beautiful.
Chapter 3 kind of talks about my dual mission when I, as a combat arms instructor on drill weekends versus the dawn of the counter drug program. Pennsylvania National Guard counter drug program is what it was originally called. And, they'd have ADSW orders and dollars to spend. So they'd bring guardsmen in to work active duty for a couple of weeks. And that led into a couple of months. And then it was a year. And then every year it was like, oh, are we going to get renewed on orders, or are we done now? Is it just done? But it kept going up to the point that I finally left on my own to go do my coin company. So this kind of goes through talking about my experience of designing coins for different military units that I worked with, as well as the police departments that were coming through the Northeast Counter Drug Training Center on a regular basis for training. So they would come and buy the Northeast Counter Drug Training coin that I made for the center. And then that always led to, these are cool, where can we get them for our departments? Because mid-90s weren't a lot of police departments that really had coins. Now there were guys that worked for departments that were guardsmen that knew about coins, but challenge coins were really mainly a military thing up through, mid-1990s. There's a picture from art school. That's a color pastel I was doing in my base commander. Honor grad diploma from art school. There's a set of dies. That's the actual die that we used for this kilt pin here. Oh. So a solid steel chunk is CNC cut with a reverse image of each side of the coin. The dies go on a hydraulic press, and then they take literally a strip of solid brass, and they stick the strip in. They step on a pedal, and it squeezes the image of the coin, opens it up. They slide the brass in a little more, does the next one, and they do that halfway. Then they flip it around, do the other way. Then they take them, run them through a machine that cuts them out, and then they get polished, and everything's all done by hand with challenge coins.
Wow.
Here's one of my other ones from the 193rd. That's the EC-130E Commando Solo. Never seen, always heard. The most deployed Air National Guard unit in the country at the time. We were usually the first ones in and the last ones out. EC-130E is a mobile air radio broadcast platform on all bands, UHF, VHF, HF, whatever frequencies for radio and everything for TV, we would broadcast.
That's funny.
For police department coin, that's their coin. A lot of 3D detail on that side of it. Here was something when we started doing coins for my unit, there was like one guy at our unit that knew a guy in Korea that he knew where to go to get coins, right? So everybody always went to this guy to get coins. And when I started doing the art, people would come to me and I'd do the art, and I'd give the artwork to him, and he'd go get the coins made. Well, the coins would come in a brown box, open them up, and there'd be 100 coins in it, wrapped in bundles of 10 in just plain Ziploc bags, rubber banded at the top. So I saw that as a missed opportunity, because in my mind, if I'm ordering 100 coins, I want my logo on that bag. So not just the person that ordered the coins know where they came from, but everybody that gets one of the coins knows where they came from. So that was one of the first things that I did. And I printed, this is one of my original bags for my first coin company.
Those are awesome.
Yeah. What's the coin company called?
Well, the first one was Quality Challenge Coins. It was WeMakeCoins.com. We're just going to skim over the part. I went through a divorce and sold my business.
Yeah. Yeah.
I went even back. I went to a magic shop after that. I didn't do coins for a bunch of years. There's a state police coin being painted. They literally take syringes full of liquid enamel and put the tip of the needle in there and squeeze enamel out. And then once the color's in, they take a challenge coin and wrap it in a cloth, and they use it to just rub up against. They'll wrap this one in cloth and then rub over this one, and it cleans all the wet paint off the raised surfaces that aren't supposed to have paint, and it leaves it just in the recessed areas.
That's so cool.
Hard enamel coin. There's a cool coin.
I like
Antique
that one.
copper, matte nickel, but that's really 3D high relief.
Yeah.
What's the minimum amount you'll do per order?
For a regular coin without the microchip, just regular challenge coins, 100. So
Okay.
a coin like this right here, or well, not that one, that's a bigger one, but this one here, a standard 2-inch coin, it's $195 to make the die. That's a one-time fee. If you reorder within 2 years, you don't pay that die fee again. You just pay per coin price. I do free artwork and free shipping on your first order, mainly because, not to sound cocky, but like I'm the expert when it comes to coin art. Like, let me take your idea and turn it into something that's beautiful that you're going to be proud and go, damn, that's a shit hot coin. You know,
Yeah.
you don't want it to look like everybody else's coin. And no disrespect to anybody that's sending me coin art. I get some stuff that's nice art, but most of it just looks like cluttered PowerPoint slides. And the more the more things you put on the coin, the smaller everything has to be. And then the less detail everything has, and then it all gets muddy and it's hard to see, and it becomes more about not hurting people's feelings because, well, they were there, so they should have their whole logo on. The coin has two sides, like this. State police patch with a central image over it. It's in front of it, but it's still a central image. This one, it's a central image, right? This one, the security forces commander. The back of this one has a golf ball marker on it.
Wow.
It just pops out.
Yeah.
Here's so that doesn't make it a coin anymore. Make it a golf ball marker. It's not a coin anymore. It's a golf ball marker.
Here, my buddy Will C. He's a comedian. He came to the Comedy Zone and found out that we were veteran brothers. And he's like, "Oh, let me give you a coin." And he gave me a coin, and it was a cheap, crappy coin. And I looked at it and I said, "Oh, brother," I said, "that's not a coin." I said, "I'm going to remake these I made 100 for him for free. I'm going to remake these for you and make you." He's reordered probably like 10 times already. But my coin's heavier. It has more 3D detail. He loves it. And it's because of the quality. And that's kind of where the passion comes from behind the whole idea for this. Because, like I said, I've firsthand knowledge and 30 years of experience of watching how people react to my coins, you know, and that it's that passion and that connection that it creates with whatever the organization is that you're really building on. And then it's a little bit of a marketing education campaign to teach them how to effectively, if they just put them up on a website and sell them and don't really tell people what to do, some people are going to buy them, but like there's not going to be any organized follow through, or there's not going to be that ripple effect, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 people deep, all off that same first $1 million raised off the first 10,000 coins. If you figure 20% of the people that go out and, you're expecting everybody to find at least one, right? They're kind of agreeing to that up front when they buy the coin, because you're telling them, carry it in your pocket, show it to people, and try to find at least one person, right? So they're already kind of set up in their mind, I'm going to find at least one person. But what if 20% of them found 2 people, right? Mm-hmm. So now you have the initial 10,000 coins that are sold, which generate another 10,000 sales, plus another 2,000. Yeah. Now it's 12,000, just because of that little extra, right? So there's the website from my first challenge coin. And this, I love you guys familiar with archive.org, the Wayback Machine?
Yes.
Mm-hmm. One of my favorite tools on the internet since the beginning of time. But I haven't had anything to do with my first coin company since I sold it.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So it was nice to be able to go in there and go out and pull screen grabs. And I'm like, okay, I made that, so I'm taking it. Nobody's going to try to say after the fact that I don't own the copyright to it. Like, I designed that. That's my coin on there. And this is right around, we were at $79,000 for the Red Cross fundraiser when I screen grabbed that, whenever this was. Even back in my first coin company, the quality of my coin, hence the name Quality Challenge Coins, really was my most important factor. I wanted people to come to me because they wanted a good quality coin. I didn't want people, when I started doing coins, they were selling, competitors were selling coins like $13 to $17 a piece for crappy, shitty, no detail coins, right? And I went in and just undercut everybody. It was like $3.50 or something, and gained market share that way. but it was all about the quality of coin. So I didn't nickel and dime my customers over, so many people are conditioned by, well, how many colors can I use, right? And then they're trying to design their design based on trying to save 10 or 15 cents in the coin design. Make the coin design the best possible design you can make, so it's a coin that you're proud to give out. I always laugh when commanders say, can we do the cheaper zinc alloy? I'm like, why would you want to make a coin and, again, shave corners and cut costs to save a couple dollars, and then hand somebody a shitty coin? Because everybody to your face, just like the example I use, is going to go, "Yeah, thank you, sir, that's great," and it's not going on their coin display with their other coins. It's going in the desk drawer somewhere, right? Like, people have coins. They're like, "Oh, check out this coin so and so gave me." They're proud to show coins that have value, or that are more than just a basic coin.
Yeah, those go in a trader box.
Yeah. So before Google reviews were available, I used to have just like a customer survey form that once they got their order, I'd ask them to fill it out. And I guess 538 had filled it out when I screen grabbed this one. But out of that, only 2 of those people said that the coins were average. 15 said above average. 110 said totally satisfied. 411 people said better than I expected. And I still get that today. I have like a 4.9 Google star rating right now. And I'll tell you, I have a 4.9 Google star rating because somebody in my past went and just gave me 1 star.
Oh. Ooh.
And we'll just skip past that one too.
Skim past that one, yeah. But you sold her a business.
Oh, that was beautiful.
Well, the first business, here's the thing I didn't get, I gotta be careful what I say. Let me think here.
You do not have to explain.
I just like expectations on the other side were that, what I had built, it would be easy just to keep running. And it wasn't the case at all. Even the company came back and tried selling me my company back at the end of their run with it. And I'm like, everything I started was up here.
Yeah.
For that one, I don't need anything. You're going to give me a customer list that's 7 years old? No, thank you.
Yeah. That's a beautiful coin.
That's the other side. I did do a 20-year coin. There's the award, the plaque thing I got from the Red Cross for the donation or for the fundraiser. Here's my first patent. It was a challenge coin display case. It was injection molded. It came in frame sections that were expandable. Now follow me on this. You see on the bottom, there's like 2 legs that it's sitting on, or 2 feet.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, those are just molded in there. You can pull them right off, right? So you can put it on a desk like that and stack it as high, maybe like 6 or 7 high before it gets too top heavy, maybe. But each section holds 7 coins. Each coin capsule has a nipple at the top and the bottom that slides into a track that allows you to take your finger and push the left or the right side of the coin to spin it around so people can see your coins both sides. Challenge coins, I don't know if you knew this or not, but challenge coins are oriented that you turn them left to right for them to be right side up, right?
Yeah.
Quarters or numismatic coins, you turn this way, right? So that's how this whole idea came in. But you could literally build a wall of challenge coins from floor to ceiling, wall to wall, by just stacking these.
Wow.
I sold that with the first company.
Very neat.
The Forbidden Connect 4 game.
Yeah.
Here's the coin I did 350,000 of for Anheuser-Busch. They were all individually numbered. This is 000 because it's one of my samples.
Wow.
There's my Hummer. I had wrapped with my coins. But like that's a pretty cool wrap, right?
Yeah.
That's awesome. In early 2000s.
Yep.
You drive a Tesla now, I assume?
No. I have a Toyota RAV4. However, life took an unexpected turn when I went through a divorce and I sold my business. Why did you sell the business? Let's move on to the next chapter. I call that photo drinking lunch. So that led me into the magical unfoldings of Hershey Magic. That's me with blonde hair and purple highlights, yes, and a straight jacket hanging from my feet.
Nice.
You know, fun fact.
How could you get out of that?
My business partner from the magic shop, Tom Nairn, and I practiced for like 3 months because we were doing we were going to do liability out the ass. Like we were signing stuff left or right. Oh yeah, if we die, it's not your fault. Do a suspended straitjacket escape over the road in downtown Harrisburg for one of their big like annual events things, right? And we found a crane company that would do it as long as we signed off and said, look, if you fall and so on, you're like, hey, but then the city botched it because they were concerned about the liability. Not one of the, I mean, we've done plenty of straitjacket escapes. I've never officially in front of cameras or on TV done a straitjacket escape suspended over a street. So kind of glad we didn't have to do that one.
I'm afraid you damaged the roadway. So.
Yeah. There's my magic shop I used to own, Hershey Magic Shop. This image here, the straitjacket. So I love Coca-Cola. Like I drink a Coke before a beer every day. So we do dueling straitjackets to dueling banjos. And the deal is whoever gets out of the straitjacket first gets the Coke, right? So while we're struggling to get out of them, I pull a straw out and I'm kind of trying to get back to there's a glass Coke bottle there. And at the end, we use a breakaway bottle and then I pick up the bottle and smack it over Tom's head and then drag him off stage, and that's the end of the show. But this was a show that we did at Founders Hall in Hershey for Milton Hershey for a fundraiser called Magic from the Heart that we were doing as a fundraiser. So I've always looked for ways to I acknowledge the fact that I as one person can't help every charity. I feel overwhelmed and anxiety goes through the roof thinking about all the people that need help. And I hate the fact that when I go through the grocery store, I can't even check out without them asking me for my change at the grocery store every time I check out. But always looking for ways to help charities raise money without me physically having to be the one giving the money, and kind of where the whole philanthropic side came. And since the 9/11 coin and that successful fundraiser, I think collectively we raised like 141,000 or something from then till now on doing different challenge coin related fundraisers for military organizations where we sold coins. So we did a coin for SEAL Team 10 for Operation Red Wings for the Warfighter Foundation and donated all the money to the Warfighter Foundation with that one. So magic wasn't just like a out of the blue hat. That picture that you see is my great grandfather, Ray DeWalt, was a professional magician. And I remember, he's the whole reason that I fell in love with magic. I'd go over his house as a kid and he'd be doing like crazy magic stuff, like not like, hey, look at my thumb, grandpa kind of like good magic stuff. And he had this one trick that I used to love. It was a pair of scissors and he had like a doctor's bag. He'd open it up and he'd pull the scissors out and he'd lay them on the table and he'd root around. He'd look for a piece of rope. He'd pull the rope out. He'd make a loop. He'd pick up the scissors. He'd cut the rope. He'd hand me the scissors. He'd separate the rope to show that it was cut. He'd make another loop, point to the rope for me to cut them. And the scissors wouldn't open. And he'd look at me. He'd take the scissors back, open them right up and cut the rope. biggest like mind, like I never could figure that out for like years. And then I think once I was probably like 14 or so, I think I caught on finally. There's one of my first business card coins. I had a 9 of spades in it so I could do a magic trick and then force the 9 of spades. And then at the end, give my business card, and my business card happened to have the card that they picked. So
that's pretty.
I did have a rabbit, and that's Hootie, my white albino bunny. Couple products that we manufactured, Daub, which originally started out as or was originally for gambling sheets, and the formula we used was the real deal formula. We had a guy that we worked with. His name was Sal Piasante. He's probably the number 2 guy in the country the casinos hire when they want to bring somebody in and find out how people are cheating on different types of games. When I started playing online poker around this time, and embarrassed to say that I blew through like 40 grand playing poker.
Holy cow.
Goodness.
It was a learning experience. I learned how to play poker. But But Sal's like, oh my God, what? He's like, what site were you on? Now I had him come to my magic shop like 2 or 3 times and do lectures. Right? He comes out, and he like shares magic secrets or stuff like that. And he came into a lecture on casino cheats, and I used, I think, Pacific Poker at the time. He opens up his laptop, loads some computer, then goes to the Pacific Poker site, and I shit you not, you could see everybody's hole cards.
Oh my goodness.
So even though they have this big push about how secure online, there was people were cheating, and so yeah, big learning curve. But we found a way to use it for magic and turn it into a magic trick, and sold it as a magic trick. The Magic Smart Coin, that was the first magic coin trick that I did. On this one, in the top hat there, I used a transparent paint. When you heated it with a lighter, the black turned clear, and you could see a playing card in there. So that would be the reveal on that one. And if you look in the corner, in the kind of like the crotch of the hat there's a little dot. I put a pin because that's perfectly center. And if you spin it on that side, the green side, the other side will sit and spin like a top for like a minute. So here's smartphone card trick. That's the one that was the kind of the origin of the smart coins and everything behind it. All about a card being revealed on a spectator's smartphone. Produced an improv show out of Harrisburg at the Comedy Zone for about 3 years. We had teams come in as far as Nevada, Tennessee, New York, Jersey, Maryland, PA, and we'd have a weekend like a bracketed battle, improv battle, down to the final show Sunday night between the top 2 teams. That was always fun. We did that for like 3 years. My business partner, military brother of mine, the whole reason I came back into the coin business, I kind of had a bad taste in my mouth. Didn't want anything to do with it for a while. That's why I went ran a magic shop for 10 years. But when we came back in the business, we came back in and just took it to the next level. Now, full disclosure, the coins that you see on the right that look like the in this image, the cheaper coins because they're thinner, is actually a stack of the Anheuser-Busch coins that I made in 2002. But in 2002, that's what the thickness of the coins were, right? It was when I came back into business that I said, these need to be thicker and heavier. And we started making them thicker. So that's 10 of the 2002 era coins versus 10 of the whatever year this was coins. During that time frame, I had a non-compete that I couldn't do anything coin related. So until that time expired, we opened up a t-shirt shop, and we wanted to be a one-stop shop for deployment merchandise. When a military unit deploys, they get t-shirts, patches, coins usually, right? So we were kind of setting ourselves up to be a one-stop shop for all that stuff. And we had screen presses, we had printers, and my business partner and I were pulling our hair out, writing checks out of our personal accounts one week to cover payroll, and like button heads left and right all over the screen printing shop, right? Because it required labor. We're getting I still have a good relationship with the Central Pennsylvania Blood Bank, and we do free tickets for anybody that donates blood in Central Pennsylvania at the Comedy Zone as this relationship. But I used to print shirts for the Central Pennsylvania Blood Bank and like 40,000 a year. But to get 40,000 shirt order, you're making like 4 or 5 cents a shirt, so that it's in margin, and there's a huge chance for error, or something's not printed right, or you have to reprint stuff. And it's like you're constantly, we initially thought as long as we're keeping the presses spinning and keeping people employed, that's a good thing, right? We'll just kind of plunge through it until we can do coins and everything else again. And we just we got to the point where we're butting heads and arguing, and like we need to just cut off the part that's not profitable and go back to what we're doing really well, and that's coins, patches, and lapel pins. And we sold all the t-shirt equipment, closed the shop, sold the buildings. Chapter 8, charting uncharted waters, the evolution of the fundraising with the smart coin. This is just a coin that I mocked up for like a climate change awareness initiative, just to kind of show the example of what you can do with it. There's my actual patent for the smart coin from May 2015. It is a utility patent, not the other one. There's the actual smart coin. That's the one I showed you, the actual coin, but that's the artwork that I did for it. This one also, the center of that yin yang right there is perfect center. So this one spins perfectly too.
Is that from Lost?
What's that?
Is that symbol from Lost, the Dharma Initiative? Yin yang in it?
Oh no, I don't know. No, I don't think so.
Okay, I'm just
I
checking.
mean, the yin yang,
It'd
I
be
don't
really
know
meta
about
if it
the
was.
symbol around it.
It does look like it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I thought it'd be pretty meta. It'd be a whole nother conversation. It's probably good you said no.
Then I started doing Bitcoin wallets. I love the irony of taking digital currency and putting it back on a coin for 100% offline storage. I have Doge coins that I've done as cryptocurrency wallets. I've done Bitcoin. I've done Circ. This is a CircBit one here. There's a Bitcoin one that I did. And this is all, again, with the same technology.
Mm-hmm.
I envisioned a unique application for this patent that could signify or could significantly amplify the donations garnered by any charity that employs it. 100% guarantee of increased contributions, and I welcome any challenge to that claim. I mean, be devil's advocate for me. Do you? I mean, and tell me. You know, I'm really close to this, so like, I really think that unless you just don't follow the program or everybody just says "F you," we're not doing it. Like, I can't believe that using the smart coins would yield anything less than more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's a good way to market.
And the idea that you're getting, again, I'm not just telling 100 people about it. The problem with that first scenario is it relies on the weakest link, right? It relies on something that I want them to do, but I'm relying on them to go follow through and do it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's my fault for expecting them to go do it, right?
Sure.
This way, they're doing it right in front of me, right? Again, I'm not
Yeah.
breaking your kneecap saying, donate, make a donation. But it's a little hard for you to say no to me when you just sat here and, oh, yeah, like, oh, yeah.
And the link
yeah,
open for you.
Yeah, because, again, you're not thinking that you're about to walk down a road where a donation page is going to give you a decision right now.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Now, for
And
like a
it's
small
little
agency,
harder.
I was going to say, for like a small agency, is it harder to do because of cost? I mean, like, we'll just take a small volunteer fire department, for example.
Yeah, that would be I wouldn't recommend it for that because, again, you still have a $13 hard cost, right? Unless the fire department gets a corporate sponsor to pay for it, right? Then they could do it that way. But
yeah,
I like the round numbers of, and again, when you go to the St. Jude webpage, like, your one-time donations, I think, start at like 500, 1,500, like crazy. Like, I'm thinking like 25, 50, 75, but no.
yeah.
Nope. So I lost my train of thought.
I was asking for like the smaller.
So at a $13 cost, one thing you could do to get around that, pre-sell them. Don't order any of them until you're done with the fundraiser. Sell them all, and then come to me after the fact and say, "Hey, Keith, we need 827 of them." I'm like, done deal.
Okay, that would make sense.
And they just get them like 60 days later.
Yeah.
So there's ways
sense,
to avoid any risk, and there's ways to get other people to pay for it. And I can't believe when you're talking about something that's unique that only has two sides, that anybody at that level, St. Jude or Children's Miracle Network or American Cancer Society, Salvation Army, can't find a corporate sponsor to say, yeah, I'll pay $130,000 to make 10,000 of them and put my logo on them. If you're going to put them in 10,000 people's hands, and then those people are going to keep showing them to people.
Yeah, because they could write it off, right?
Yeah, charitable giving. Yep, for sure.
Yep.
And that alleviates the burden on the charity, and 100% of the donation then really goes to the charity, minus the shipping, but you probably charge extra for the shipping anyway.
Yeah.
And I'm sure even only on a large scale, I could probably even set something up. Again, not like my mind's already sliced way too thin, but I'm sure I could set something up that's just like a fulfillment warehouse where I ship everything there, and for an extra fee, we just handle the fulfillment.
Yeah.
But that would require have enough volume that I'm hiring people. Like I don't want to hire somebody. Somebody's going to come do it for a week, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I can tell your mind is always turning.
Like,
That's an AI image right there. That's
Wow,
me.
that's
I was doing images of the meaning of life, and it just gave me a whole bunch of really cool images. I actually morphed them into a video.
I like that.
There's the NFC tag. It's what the actual tag looks like. It just looks like a security tag.
Now, the NFC tags, I know anybody can buy them, but how are they hackable, or is that something like that you have to worry about? Or
No. You can, all of you can go on either the Apple Store or Google Play and just download NFC Reader. I use NFC Pro, and I program right off my phone. They're reprogrammable if you want them to be reprogrammable, or you can lock them if you want to lock them.
Oh,
Okay.
And the reason we use the 424 DNA chip, it's the latest, greatest security, whatever. I don't know anything about that. I'm not a technical. I couldn't tell you two things about blockchain other than it's a piece of code that you can store on there. You know, I'm not the technical guy. I know the idea that I had and what I want to do with it and what I want it to be able to do. But technically, I don't know how to do it. My magic trick, my business partner is a programmer, and he wrote a program on the back end that when you buy the coin has a code on the edge of it. You go to the website, smartphonecardtrick.com, you log in, you create a free account because you have the coin, and you put your code in. And when you put that code in, it ties your coin and your trick to the online web portal, and the web portal is really what's doing all the magic in the back end. So I could literally have each of you select a different card, shuffle them all back in, and then have each of you touch the coin or the deck with your own phones, and your own cards will come up each time. It's not the same card every time, because that's all done in the program and in the back end. All the magician has to do is know how to do the trick part.
huh.
how hard was that to learn?
I don't know
That's
because
not hard.
I don't get it.
This is
That sounds complicated.
State Police for their Purple Heart for the troopers that were killed in the line of duty.
Oh, that's
This one, when you
nice.
touch your phone to this one, it takes you to the Pennsylvania State Police memorial wall, and it literally lists the names of every single state
That
trooper
is
who's
great.
killed in the line of duty.
Yeah.
That was my first one, my first technological coin that I did for the PS. I do a lot of PSP coins.
That's nice.
Personal musings, hobbies. I like to scuba dive. I like to travel. Chris Kattan, Marlon
Chris
Wayne.
Kattan. Such as Mango.
Chris Kattan was on Big Brother, Celebrity Big Brother.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Mike Tyson. This was the first art project that I did in art school. I spent 40 hours doing this pencil portrait. I got a 99 on it.
That's nice.
And you didn't get punched by him.
Nope.
It's a pencil portrait.
Oh,
Chapter
God.
11 really is the focus of the whole book. It's the
You might
art
get
of
punched,
fundraising.
Bobby.
It's the
Sorry.
official playbook to maximize the donations with the smart coin. And here's where I kind of really just walk you through how to do it, how to set it up. 3 things that you're asking your followers: carry the coin, seize opportunities to share it, and aim to inspire at least one other person to make a donation. There's the color pastel that I was doing in art school. That's the actual finished one.
Good.
There's the back side of the state police coin.
Gosh, that's so nice.
I made the mistake of trying to incorporate a QR code on this with the NFC tag. And what I didn't realize when I made the QR code, it was one of those scam sites that it's free. And then when you go try to use it 2 weeks later, they want to charge you like $89 to keep using it. And I had minted 200 of these with a QR code on it that was going to a dead QR code.
No.
And they were, I'm like, go F yourself. And I just remade the coins, and I put an image of a white rose in the back instead of the QR code and just remade them. Alleviated
nice.
the problem instantly.
That's good.
It's a photo of me from RAF Alconbury at England. U-2s over there, but you couldn't have spy planes in the country, so they didn't call them U-2s. They called them some other aircraft designations, but they were U-2s. Maximizing the impact of your fundraising, again, just gives you more info behind it. I've done the coin for Michael Helton, the president of NASCAR, for many years with my first coin company. And then when he found out that we went back in business, he came back to me in 2014, and 2015 was the last year that he was the active president of NASCAR. So last year that I did those coins. That's just, I just love the way that coin looks. It pops, it's color, it's big,
That is
heavy.
nice.
It's a hard enamel coin, so it's smooth, but again, the color just really pops off of it.
Mm-hmm.
Chapter 14, future fundraising, advancements and visions. There's a 20-year coin beside the original coin. And there's just a closer up, bigger image of that one. FBI coin, ATF coin, NCIS 50-year coin. And all these coins that you're seeing, like my customer is the person that's on the coin. I don't make these. A lot of times people that that just find my coins are like, oh, do you just like make these and sell them on eBay? I'm like, no. I
Yeah.
make
You
those
can't do
FBI
that.
coins and sell them on eBay. No, like if the FBI comes to me and says, hey, can you make a coin for us? That's kind of how that goes.
I was privileged to do one for the FBI. So
Oh, nice.
Oh, that's real cool.
61st Fighter Squadron. We do a lot of Fighter Squadron aircraft because my business partner was an A-10 pilot. So we was in with the fighter pilot community. So a lot of F-35 coins. The green one on the right, the Valkyries, and the Panther driver on the left are both F-35 units. The one in the middle is a weapons coin. It says, without weapons, it's just another airline.
That's nice. I like that.
that's a great slogan.
It is.
I've done 2 different SEAL Team coins, one for SEAL Team 8 with the First Coin Company, and SEAL Team 10. This is the one I was telling you about that we did for as a fundraiser for Operation Red Wings. That's Black Hawk Down, if you don't know what Operation Red Wings is. The actual movie, not the movie, but like the actual Task Force Ranger that was ambushed there. That's what that was for. G5, which is just like a really high-ranking civilian government employee. Thank you. But this is dual-plated black nickel and matte nickel, so this can all be in 3D.
Really cool.
And it all starts with the brass pressing from the die.
Yep, solid brass. Yep. Oh, here's chapter 16. This is really, I get crunching the numbers, right? So you can sit and argue and say that, well, not everybody's going to carry the coin. Okay, but first of all, the first line of people that we're going after are those hardcore supporters. We're going to go right to them. We're going to go right to the bottom of the low-hanging fruit, and we're going to say, hey, we're doing this really cool idea. We want to give you guys first crack at it because you've been supporting us for so long, and here's the idea. And let them just, like, seed it, throw the seeds out there. And then that's just going to kind of grow like wildfire on its own. But you can put in variables like you can put a C equals the carry rate, percentage of smart coin owners that actively carry the coin or promote the charity, right? You could do an S for success rate, the percentage of successful donation conversions when showing the smart coin to observers. And you could also put a variable in there for average donation that you receive, right? So if you do 10,000 coins at $100, that's $1 million you raise. But say only 60% of smart coin owners actively carry the coin. Well, you can put a variable in for that, just times it by 60%. And let's say out of the people that do make connections, 10% of them make another donation, right? So you can put a variable in for that. And you can say, okay, well, maybe the people that you're contacting, maybe they don't want to do the $100 donation, but maybe they're going to make a $25 or $50 donation. So you can put in a variable for the average additional donation that somebody makes. So additional donation would be 10,000 times 0.60 times 0.10 times $50 or times 50 is 30,000 extra dollars that you make.
You obviously took algebra and passed.
Crunching numbers, little AI.
Yeah.
Get it? I have the idea. I know where I want to go with it. I just need to how to explain it. Everything from, like, say you do 5 rounds. So the first round, 10,000 coins sold, you raise $1 million. Out of that, you end up with 12,000 new coins, right? From the first 10,000 plus 20% of 10,000. So round 2 now, from the first coins that were sold, now you have 10,000 more that were sold plus the 20%, and then 20% of that. So now you have 14,400. And after 5 rounds, your total money raised, including the initial round, you're at $7.4 million. Total smart coins in circulation after 5 rounds, 99,299. I don't care if only 50% of that 99,299 are carrying it every day. Because guess what? That's still a shitload of people carrying around a coin that are actively fundraising for the charity at no payroll cost.
Yeah.
That's very true.
So you can also adjust, like, okay, well, what if only 50% of the smart coin holders follow through and find the next donation? You can do calculations with that. And then the acknowledgement to the dedication to the front is to my mentor, Dick Kramer. And the acknowledgement to the back is to my brother, Zuder, who is the whole reason that I went back into business and pushed me to go after what I'm good at doing. And kind of really push that, look, you did it once, you can do it again mentality. And I mean, I bust my ass every day. I work hard every day. I'm up at 7 o'clock in the shower. I work all day, a legitimate full day for Cumulus. And then in the evenings and on the weekends is when I'm playing catch up and answering emails and doing artwork and trying to market stuff. Like I probably post 3 or 4 videos a day across social media or post articles on LinkedIn just to grow that. But it's that constant drive towards getting to that, once this breaks, I really think, we have one good case example that somebody can point to and say, oh, I guess it does work, doesn't matter my experience or like what I've seen, or any of that. People want to see it themselves. So I need that one test case to say, okay, we're going to order 50,000 coins, or we're going to sell them. And then once they're all sold, come back and order whatever. And just somewhere as a starting point. The whole second half of the book is all just high-res coin images of some of my favorite coins. Rise Up with Casey. This guy's a TikTok influencer. He lost both of his legs at age 6 because he ran out in front of a tractor trailer and lived. And he spent his whole life being a motivational speaker. There are photos of him doing a Spartan race. And if you've ever seen a Spartan race, at the end, you run through fire, right? Casey doesn't have any legs. Casey ran through the fire and completed the Spartan race. Just a great motivational guy. There's a really high res image of that one, so you can really see the detail of the 3D. The Duet Dude, he's a TikTok influencer. One Token High freaking 5. Orc Life, Wizards of the Coast, an online response crew, were like people that handled tech support for that game. Were called Orcs, Online Response Crew. This was a 2-part like dice counter. It had numbers on one side, of the other side there was numbers up to 40 or something, and there's holes around it. So you pick up that top part and you rotate it like a clock to whatever the number is, and somehow you use that with playing the game. This is a finance director down at a Air Force base in Florida. There are 2 hidden Mickeys on here. Right there's one, right there's the other one. And he's a group commander for finance, so their money is in the pirate chest.
That's cool.
Secrets. We did these huge bar taps, solid brass, and they made these what's it called when you like mill metal to like specific shapes? You know what I'm talking about? Like you can get like a not a die cast, but like take a solid chunk of metal and cut it down.
Yeah, and just
They made these expensive, heavy taps for the bars for Tropic Ale, and they were so heavy that when they put them on the taps, the weight of the arm kept tipping it and just wasting beer.
Wasting the beer.
Ended up not using them. This is a Marine sniper. The back of the coin has a one of those oil tankers in the desert, and it says 1 shot, 1 kill, 1 mile. He was on top of an oil tanker in the desert somewhere, took a shot that was a mile away and made his kill.
Wow.
Does speaking. So that's his personal coin that he gives out.
That's cool.
Ranger Hall of Fame medallion. We make that. They don't give a lot of these out. And this is kind of plain. Like the design is what it is, Some of the things you just have to kind of make because it's the way it's always been. And this is so highly regarded from Rangers because they give so few of them out that they just kept everything just like it. That's like a big 3-inch medallion on a ribbon. I came up with a 3-inch coin, called it a check weight, like a paperweight, but for bars that are along the bay or when I was working in Ocean City. Fagers Island has maybe 7 or 10 outside bars along the bay, and it's always windy in the bay. So if somebody ordered a drink, the bartender would ring it up, take their check, take it over, lay it in the bar, and then throw that big coin on top of it like a paperweight so they didn't blow away. Everybody loved them. Everybody stole them. So they had them for one season, and then they didn't have them anymore. And then they figured people were just going to keep stealing them, so they just didn't order them anymore.
Yeah.
2 different Irreverent Warrior coins. Brothers in Arms, that's a shiny chrome coin, and matte gold is a big coin. Army Sniper Association, looks like the reticle in the back of a... 2-star Adjutant General for the Mississippi National Guard. Kind of generic, state with stars in it.
That's highly detailed right there.
Instructor coin. Not a ranger coin, the instructor's coin for the 4 ranger camps. Just cool. 3D. Spartan.
Do the arrows come out? Or
what's that?
Do the arrows come out? I mean,
no, it's solid.
Okay.
One piece.
Because I've seen some that have like swords and things that come out of them now.
Yeah. J8 2-star coin. That's a special ops coin. There's a coin for deployment to Afghanistan, Operation Enduring Freedom. Firefighter coin.
Very nice.
Actually, this is the back of Aegis Coffee. Aegis Coffee is a veteran-owned coffee company, and they feature a different emergency service responder on different coins. That was 2019. We did a firefighter.
It's hard to get that detail out of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
This is a fairly new one. Chief Master Sergeant Greg had a rhino. I'm like, let's make the rhino super big. We'll cut it out and we'll dual plate it. So the chain, he's transportation. So the back is a aircraft with a skiff on it, and chains and like you're pushing a pallet off the back of an aircraft. So we dual plated that, and then the gold chain actually wraps around the other side, and then that chain's just real heavy duty 3D. Texas Stars, AHL hockey team. They do 2 coins a year, spring and fall military appreciation night for the hockey team. There's that one that I showed you, and there's that missing thing. There's close up, better lit version of that one. Same with that one.
That's gorgeous.
Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah.
And that 3D like really pops off the coin too, the way it comes out like that. Lower Paxton Police Department. But like, look at the detail. I want to point out the 3D detail and the little details, like these Minutemen and this Lower Paxton patch on each side. And even the detail in the center of the patch is all 3D, and then super 3D on the state flag side where the horses are on the right. And then all that detail colored. Anybody else would have just outlined that, and it would have been raised flat metal, and then it would have colored it like a coloring book, and it would have looked like shit.
Yeah.
Yes, you're correct.
Oh, that is too cool. I like it.
I did one with the Georgia state flag in the center of a sheriff's badge, and the sheriff was a big Georgia Tech fan. In the center of the Georgia flag, there's a little guy with a rifle standing to the left. So I replaced it with Buzz, the mascot, as a bee for Georgia Tech. And I couldn't tell you how many artists I argued with to say if that wasn't the way it was going to be, it wasn't going to be.
I get, listen, after 30 years, I kind of get crotchety like that too, where like I'm adamant about, look, I respect you. I'm not saying anything negative against you, but let me fix your art. Just give me an idea. Let me run with the idea. Give me artistic freedom. Like, I'm just big on the artistic freedom part, because I don't want to make a coin that's going to look like shit, because I know every coin that goes out is in a coin pouch that literally has my signature on it and my name. So I want something that I'm proud to put my name on. So I kind of argue sometimes, and I get to the point sometimes where I'm like, you know what? If you just want a shitty coin, go somewhere else, because I just don't want to do it,
Yeah.
This is Life Waters. They're a nonprofit that does diving experiences for disabled veterans.
That's nice.
Another NCIS coin. I do probably 10 or 12 different NCIS coins across the country. Just a different version. But again, all that tiny detail, raised metal, all painted by hand, polished. I've done coins for 2 different Knights Templar organizations.
That's cool.
Not from a long time ago,
Mhm.
but one's from Maryland, a Maryland chapter, and I don't remember where this other one was from. But if you notice on this one, I did a screenshot, and those aren't real diamonds, but I just put
Yeah.
gems in there, so it looks like real diamonds, and it just makes it pop, and it just gives it that extra little touch, you know.
Yeah.
Dual plated all this up here in the front in 3D. These Knights are all 3D. And then this is all in 3D, and then the crown has all those little diamonds in it. 5th Special Forces Group.
Nice.
That's a Marine Raider Challenge coin. That's also a Marine Raider Challenge coin from another year.
It's pretty neat.
Air Commandos. This is another Air Force finance commander that I did real super high 3D. Like that skull sticks probably 1/4 of an inch up off the top surface of the coin. It's really heavy. It's
Wow.
cool. That's the other side of that G5 coin. Let me see if I have the original coin. I'm going to show you the difference between an original coin and how I improved it, okay?
Oh.
So that coin that you're looking at, oops, knock my books down. Knock my books down behind me. So this side here is what I did. And here's what wait, let me make sure I'm showing you the right side. No, here. This is what the side was.
Oh, it's flat. Pancake flat.
Yeah.
But I see how it's 3 items just placed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's no flow
Out in the middle.
or design to it. It's literally 3 images placed in a circle with text around it. Nothing
Yeah.
spectacular about it. So I blew everything up so I could make everything bigger. Just the detail in the
So much better.
the eagle is so much deeper, right? The civilian U.S. Civil Service GS-14 emblem, you can't even really make out what it says on this one. There, it's a lot bigger. And then the other side, I don't know if it was on. Oh, there it is. So that's my side, right? That was the original side.
Oh, yeah. That's better.
Yeah.
Sorry, there's
Yeah.
just flat, right? No,
Yeah.
no
Mm-hmm.
depth, no detail to it.
Yeah.
And I hate diamond cut edge. You know why? A diamond cut edge is just like smoke and mirrors to me. Like it's something that you're trying to do to make the coin have pizzazz or look special, but to me it's just misdirection because your coin's shitty and you have to do something to it to take their attention away from the shitty coin. So we'll put a diamond cut edge in the edge. Here's a problem with diamond cut edges because they're literally diamond cut. They're sharp, right? So if you carry a coin with a diamond cut edge in a pair of BDU pants every day, you will wear holes in, like I always carry my coin in my right pocket. After like 3 months of carrying a coin with a diamond cut edge, I started having holes in the right pockets of most of my BDUs because it just slowly just wears on the material, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not a big fan of diamond cut edge. I think the coin, the beauty of the coin itself should speak for itself. It shouldn't be about bells and whistles or what you're adding to it as far as, you know. Dual plating I think is important because it allows you to capture things in 3D to make it look better than just outlining in color, right? You want a coin to have a nice blend of 3D metal detail and nice color that's going to pop. You don't want all color. You don't want all just plain coin, right? A nice blend.
Yeah.
Go back, way back down here.
So you say you started back in 2014? Is that when you started back doing coins?
Oh, came back to doing coins?
Yeah.
No. 2004 2004 is when I sold the business, around 2003 or 2004. A little hazy. May have stretched into 2005. But we didn't go back into doing coins until like 2011 or 2012.
Okay.
There's the Saddam Hussein "We Got Him" coin. This was a 999 silver coin. I only minted like 100 of these, and I just sold them. There was like, if you want one, pre-order it now, have them made.
Yeah.
It wasn't something that I just made and had available on the site. But so we got them on that side, and then President Bush on the other side. The Anheuser-Busch coin 0001, President Bush had. Cheney had 2. Rumsfeld had 3. From down like 100 down the pecking order, the first 100 went to DC.
That's what I was going to ask you earlier. I said the presidents all have their own individual coins.
Oh yeah, yep,
Yeah.
yep.
That's a nice one. I like the Ranger coin.
Ranger, best Ranger competition. It's it was 100 Rangers, 50 teams, 62 hours. 1 team wins.
Mm,
Gravity Jack, that's a special ops coin.
cool.
This one is probably, I would say this is, I don't know if prized possession is the right word, but I have a lot of respect for this coin because of the punch list on it. You know what I mean? 732 captured HVTs, high value targets, 0 combat losses. That means nobody died. 2,341 OIF combat missions, Operation Iraqi Freedom, 3 distinguished flying crosses, 15 bronze stars, 120 single action air medals with valor, 1,437 strike flight award air medals. Red Wolf, you probably never heard of them. Yeah, that's like that's a high speed special ops unit.
Yeah.
There's a Delta coin, Marine Delta.
Nice.
Another NCIS coin. Again, it's just something different. He wanted something around the edges, so let's put a lasso around it and just do it all in 3D for the texture. It's something tactily that you feel when you hold that coin.
I like that.
But even like look at all the detail in here, like everything, it's painted perfectly. You know, it's not spilled out. It's not painted wrong. There's a Wizards of the Coast coin. That was a big game, popular in early 2000s. Mack trucks. Antique
that's cool.
coin. That's really heavy 3D detail. FEMA. Saab Technologies. FOP. There's my business card coin. NYPD. Flak vest.
That's
all
awesome.
3D. This is Cheese, the real cream cheese. He's an Air Force recruiter, was a huge TikTok influencer, had like 180,000 followers, got banned on TikTok for using the M word, the M word, M. Like not micro wrestling, but the other kind of wrestling. Got banned.
Really?
Hate speech. Hate speech.
What?
Snowflakes. Hate speach.
Oh
hate
my
speech.
gosh.
Hate speech. But they called it in the 70s when I grew up. I'm not saying
Crazy.
I'm going to get canceled. My
Well,
book.
I hope you stick around for the after party because I want to know.
Yeah.
Well, you know when
Here we go.
little people get in a wrestling ring and they wrestle.
Brenda is scared of.
It's called All-Star Micro Wrestling, but in a past tense, they used to call it All-Star M Wrestling.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm lost.
You
Used to toss them too.
What do they call those little Tootsie Rolls?
He's not old enough.
Yes.
I'm only
They
almost
call those
40.
Tootsie Rolls that, right?
Oh my goodness.
Tyrion Lannister, Peter Dinklage, Willow.
Engineer Go 96. She's another TikTok
Oh,
I must
influencer.
be
like that.
sheltered.
She runs the Vet Bro complaint line.
Check your phone.
Rock
Check
King
your
Bobby
chat,
D.
JT.
He's a syndicated
Check your chat,
radio
JT.
DJ. And
That's
people
cool.
like this, I tell them, I say, look, don't sell this as a merch item.
Oh.
Yeah.
Make this as something that I'm looking for.
I
my
get it.
coin.
Man.
I said your personal coin should be something that the only people that get one is people that you personally give it to. Like that's how special it should be. And that's what's going to make it people want them because they can't get them. So
Yep.
this isn't the right one. This is my second TikTok coin I made. This is my TikTok camel race coin. I used to go on TikTok at lunchtime and get like 1,500 people on a live doing like fake digital camel races. I get 100 digital camels. I assign names to them, and then 100 cartoon camels race, and whoever won got one of my coins. But I have a coin. I don't have it laying right here to show you. But
I remember trying to get one of those.
It just has the TikTok coin on it, and I've given away 650 of them to TikTok followers worldwide. All that have won them on one of my lives. But again, TikTok's jacked everything up, and I live stream for 2.5 hours now and have 3 people join the live.
Oh no.
Philadelphia Violent Crimes Fugitive Task Force. That's a really heavy 3D detailed coin. New Jersey Port Authority Department of Corrections coin. Their 9/11 coin. I had another one of this one too, and it was like the detail was really bad. We made that one look night and day. Philadelphia State Police, that's their Troop K coin. 3D detail, even in the background in the city of Philadelphia. And then the Liberty Bell in really high 3D. There's that Clandestine Labs one that I showed you. There's the kilt pin. I do a lot of state police coins. Special Emergency Response Team, that's a drone operator coin.
Oh.
Troop C coin, that's where Punxsutawney Phil is. There's a groundhog with a
that's
campaign hat on.
He's-
These are the people that protect the groundhog.
Ah.
oh,
Governor Shapiro in Pennsylvania. This was the inauguration detail. State Police, Capitol Police that they worked when he got inaugurated. Is the other side. Again, all 3D detailed, dual plated. Now this is a hard enamel State Police coin. That one has a smooth feel to it. This one, again, 3D detail, you can feel. I used a transparent red to make that a little shinier than regular red. See a little reflection.
I like that.
Like even like State Trooper, you can read. Pennsylvania State Police, if you zoom in, you can read that.
Yeah.
On that. And that's 2-inch diameter. So that's like, what, 2 millimeters at the most?
Yeah, it's pretty small.
Oh,
Another
that's
special
cool.
ops coin.
Very nice.
Kind of a generic. That's a business coin for they do a veteran appreciation thing for their employees. And they do a different coin. And they, again, the mindset that we have to put all the branches on the coin. So Dallastown American Legion, just really not really intricate, but just nice 3D detail with the color.
Yeah, gold leaf looks like it pops out.
Yeah. Nice heavy 3D K423. A hostage negotiator coin. Fighter Country Foundation out at Luke Air Force Base. They do different coin. I'm doing a casino night coin for them right now. Adams County Sheriff Canine Bomb Dog Tuco. The Adams County Sheriff here's the other side of his coin, has been ordering coins from me since we went back into business. This is his second bomb dog that he's had, a canine bomb dog Allegra, who looked exactly like this German Shepherd, was his first coin, but when Allegra died and he got canine dog Tuco, then we had to redo the coin, and so now Tuco has the coin. But he goes through about like 100 of these every 2 months or so.
Nice.
COVID-19 coin, a lot of 3D texture in the background. Pennsylvania State Police retired trooper coin. That's the other side of it. This one I like just because it like that gold 3D sits so far above the other 3D. It almost looks like a uniform badge that Joint Chief of Staff would wear. That thick, like that's what coin's like. That's actually. Where's that?
Oh. Wow. That's a lot of detail.
Yeah.
The back's kind of plain, but again, their logo is what their logo is, you know. Marshak Foundation, Marine Special Operations, York County Quick Response Team. This is a Dick Kramer image. So here's a good example of, so York County Quick Response Team license this image from Dick Kramer. So for every coin that I make, Dick Kramer's widow, Ginny, gets 50 cents for every coin that we make from this because we use his image on it. But look at, the detail. Like this is, so he takes photographs and then turns the photographs into pencil portraits that look like photographs. And then we take his pencil portraits that look like photographs and turn them into 3D details so they look like real people. Sierra Nevada Corporation. See that transparent red again. I like the transparent red with the silver because it just gives it a little extra shine. Joint Special Operations Air Component from Africa. This one I like just because it's a special. It's different. I like it because it's different. It's super thin.
That's like wafer thin.
Yeah, wafer thin. Yes.
Oh, it is.
But again, it spins around your fingers nice. It just feels nice in your hand. You can palm it from a magic trick. It's easy to palm because it has thin edges. Here's another one of the Dick Kramer coins. This is coin number 10 in the series of 15. But this one is American Warrior 4. It's a paratrooper getting ready to jump. And I made it look like his head was sticking out from inside that inside circle.
That's cool.
He's jumping out of the coin, basically.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
That's nice. I like it.
The back of all the coins have Dick Kramer's portrait on it. That's the common side for all of them. It says Dick Kramer. Dick Kramer Studios Incorporated in the back.
Very
There's
nice.
a golf ball marker. That's the other side of my golf ball marker. Another year's version of that other one for Luke Air Force Base. Navy one, and that's the last one in the book. That is the last page of the book.
Very cool.
You can still
I think I've seen a couple of
download
these coins before, by the way.
What's that?
I think I've seen a couple of these coins before, by the way. I work with a lot of generals.
Oh yeah.
Some of them look familiar, like just catching my eye.
The book is available on Amazon until Friday. You can get it for free.
Okay.
The hardbound I think is $44.95. The paperback I'm still waiting. Still isn't published yet. I'm still waiting for Amazon to resolve a formatting issue on the cover for the paperback. But doesn't make any sense because I have a paperback right here and it printed just fine. So I don't know what the problem is.
So your book was self-published, I take it?
Yeah.
Or did you? Okay. How hard is that to deal with Amazon and self-publishing?
It was super easy. I literally, let me stop sharing my screen here. It's not letting me unshare.
You want me to close it?
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm done with the PDF.
Okay.
There you go.
All right. Well, I know we've kept you much longer than you wanted to stay, so.
No. My ADD just takes off and starts talking. I'm really passionate about the idea, and I really truly believe that it's something that can help fundraisers on a large scale, bigger than me scale.
Yeah.
Like legacies, like something that I can say, okay, this is something good I did. And that's really what I want to do. I just want to help as many nonprofits as I can be successful with it. And, whether it's doing strategy calls with them or hand holding them and walking them through the process to make sure it's done right. I think that's going to play a big part in it. But I think once we get one under our belt on a large scale, that's going to help kind of grease the wheels for everything else, because people have proof of concept of their own that they can say, okay, well, I saw that.
Well, it sounds like a great idea. So, and I know you're like most businessmen, you're going to continue working the 3 jobs until you do get it. So
that's the thing is like I know first world problems. I don't sound like I'm whining, but like I make too much money at my one job to be able to walk away from that and supplement all that with just, I know from experience from having a second coin company that I started, I was nervous when I left my full-time military job. Like I gave up military full-time to go do my own thing. And I was worried about, was I going to be able to sustain I was worried about my benefits, not having benefits, and silly stuff like that. But what I found once I did it was that I actually had more time to devote to it, and I had just more time to focus on it, and it just flourished from that. So I know if I take that leap, it's not going to be as bad as I think it is, because I know I'll have that extra time to focus on it. But it's still a little nerve wracking.
Sure.
And I like what I do too. So it's not like I like doing it because I'm helping people.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of want some of those coin business cards. Maybe reaching out to you for that one. I'm looking it up right now.
Not a problem.
Sounds like an amazing idea.
It is. And well, I made for the show, the ones that we did, I made 100 of them, and I think I showed them to you. And it's high raised, and it's really done pretty good. I was a real jerk about it and making them, through the whole process. Show me the mold, show me the paint colors, show me. So I was real meticulous, and so far I've only given them to people either that have helped with the show or been on the show, or to loyal fans who've been with me since I had 5 listeners. So
and that makes them more valuable, because people know that you don't just give them out like candy. People have to earn them, or deserve them. Yeah,
and they're all numbered too. A friend of mine suggested that you make sure that you number them so that you can say, okay, well, you were the first 100. If you get, if you get if you move higher up the food chain, if you get off of, get on this, maybe get on terrestrial or satellite. So
we do a lot of, instead of just numbering now, like a fighter pilot unit will order 100 coins, and then they'll send me a spreadsheet, and I can laser engrave up to 20 spaces. So they'll give me call signs and tail numbers of each of the actual pilots.
Wow.
And then we just laser engrave them when we're in production, because it costs me 60 cents to laser engrave while it's in production, versus if you take a coin, any coin you have now, go to any public engraver, they're going to charge you $10 to engrave initials on it, and it's going to look like crap. It's not going to look as good as the factory laser engraving it on there. So I always tell people, if you're going to want to put something personalized or number them, do it when they're in production, because it's 60 cents.
Yeah.
Well, guys, thank you for inviting me on. I'm sorry for rattling so long.
No.
A pleasure.
You were fine. I know JT has some questions he wanted to ask you before you ran off, because he's been the quiet one in our group. So JT is trying. I shouldn't say trying.
I don't have the question. I don't have the question. Shelton has the question.
Oh yeah.
My bad.
I have questions for you.
This just got creepy, but go ahead.
When you said something about having a comedy club.
What was that?
You said something about having a comedy club.
Yes.
How do I get on your stage?
Well, you would have to go through East Coast Entertainment, because they're our agency of record, and all the comics we book are through East Coast Entertainment.
Good info.
Part of the Comedy Zone Worldwide. You have like improv chain, Comedy Zone chain. Comedy Zones are more East Coast and mid country, whereas improvs are more West Coast.
Okay.
Now, how hard is it to get on that stage after I sign up?
Well, you can come any Thursday, and if you get there by about 7:15 to 7:30, you can sign up for our open mic. You can get on stage. It's free. Or you can come watch for free. Now, we have one of the busiest open mics in the country. They get like 40 people that show up on a Thursday night to try to get stage time on our stage. So depending on how many people show up really determines if you're getting 2 or 3 minutes or if you're getting 5 minutes.
Okay.
But you can come out Thursday for free. Every
you have
Thursday.
to go to Pennsylvania.
You got to come to Pennsylvania, yeah.
Yeah.
That's kind of far.
I used to live stream the comedy shows, but I stopped doing that too, because again, a comic says something that.
Yeah.
Well, we know just in our little world how you have to be careful. So.
Yeah.
So, are there many ventriloquists now that do acts? I mean, Jeff Dunham obviously is the most famous.
Is probably the only well-known. That's somebody that's made money from it.
Yeah.
children's hospitals. They go good children's hospitals. You want to go to like a children's tour and make them smile.
God,
I like that.
I get in trouble in there. Can't watch my fucking mouth.
Oh my god. I'm so
It would be funny as shit if you got up on stage with a ventriloquist and just started. That would be funny. I'm not gonna lie.
I don't know if I should let you encourage him.
Hey, if you ever come to Harrisburg and it's between September and the end of May, I'll put you on stage for 5 minutes.
Okay. Well, I've been to the American Legion in Madisonville, Kentucky, and did a show there.
It's nowhere close, Pennsylvania.
No, I know it. I'm just telling you. Like, I have been on stage with him. Well, and then
with him
I have done a kids show
in Kentucky. Oh,
yeah.
tough crowd.
I did a show in Nashville, Tennessee that was for kids though, for Christmas.
That's cool.
Yeah,
Nashville's
and
a good crowd
that was
to have.
hard because I did two puppets and Shelton the dummy.
Nice.
It was kind of hard. My throat was sore by the end of it.
Yeah.
And then other than that, I do the Misfits and stuff in here.
Nice. Well,
We
I
keep
had
him
fun
around.
tonight, and I appreciate the forum to talk to people. And like I said, get my
It
book
was
for free
fun.
until Friday.
Okay.
Yeah, well, we appreciate it, and you're welcome to come back anytime. And if you feel like being harassed by a mannequin, you're welcome to be on the Misfits on Saturday. So,
Not a mannequin.
Friday and
excuse
Saturday
me,
night on the
I don't want to be
comedy
canceled. I'd hate to be canceled by a leprechaun.
Let me out of the box.
That is funny because that is the most played out thing. Is I'm stuck in a box.
Hold on, I gotta share one more thing with you. This is we're talking comedy stuff. I wrote it. You know the Aristocrat.
Yeah.
The joke, the Aristocrat.
Yeah.
I wrote a clean version today for LinkedIn. I'll read it to you.
Gilbert Godfrey.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Let me find it here.
I thought you meant you weren't. It was silent because it's.
Yeah, that's right.
No.
That's what I thought. I
hilarious.
was like, okay,
That's
he got us.
We call it the Aristocrats.
We're waiting. Yeah. Silence.
I'm
I
scrolling.
thought you were
through-
just going to be silent.
I'm scrolling through.
I did too.
Trying to find it.
Here's the clean version.
Yeah. Let me just go to the post. Let me go to my post.
We call it the Aristocrats.
Yeah, that would be a hard
That's-
voice
that's
to
so funny.
impersonate.
That's so funny to see. I want to watch it now.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to.
him. He started fucking her in the ass. And then he started taking a sledgehammer.
Oh man, this is gonna drive me crazy now because it was funny as shit, and like I can't like easily just go to my profile and find it. I don't know why. Like, was it a post or was it a comment?
Facebook probably took it down. So.
No, it was clean. It was definitely clean. Oh, here, show up.
I keep sliding.
Yeah, I put a Oh, here it is. Okay. Here's a family-friendly take on an otherwise dirty joke. A family walks into a talent agent, eager to showcase their act. The talent agent asks, "So, what kind of act do you guys do?" The father says, "Well, it's a musical performance like no other." The family proceeds to pull out various quirky instruments: a kazoo, a tambourine, a tiny piano, and even a toy drum set. They start playing a tune that's a mix between classical music and jazz. The mother simultaneously starts juggling fruit. The daughter recites Shakespeare, and the son performs cartwheels, all while keeping in time with the music mashup. Finally, the family's pet hamster comes out, wearing a tiny top hat, and starts dancing to the rhythm. The performance ends with everyone striking a dramatic pose. The talent agent, thoroughly amused, asks, "Wow, that's quite an act. What do you call yourselves?" The father proudly exclaims, "The Aristocrats." Just little humor to like let's take a dirty joke and turn it into a clean joke.
Yeah.
There's a talent
It's like
to
an
it.
anti-joke.
Yeah.
All right, guys,
Little
I'm gonna run.
hamster
I'm
like
starting to,
that.
All
the
right.
batteries are starting to die here.
Good
Yeah,
to
you and me
meet
both,
you.
man. I'm
All right,
shutting off.
Keith.
7 o'clock.
Well, I appreciate it. Thanks very much, and I'll message you in a day
Yeah,
or so
thanks
and
for the information.
catch up with you.
All right, man. Thank you, guys. Appreciate you.
Thank you.
All right.
care.
See you
Good to
soon.
meet you.
Bye-bye.
All right,
Bye-bye.
bye. Oh, ooh, that's a big Bobby Dizzle.
That is a big Bobby Dizzle there.
That is a very
say.
large Bobby Dizzle. And he's not even wearing his Bucky's hat.
Ooh, Bobby. Hey, scoot over so we can see that shirt a little bit.
She wants
too,
to see your nipples.
to your left. Oh, I like it.
It's a Walking Dead Beatles shirt.
I
Yep,
see it.
Abbey
I
Road.
see that.
She really just wanted to see your nipples, so.
I wanted to see you rub your nipples.
Our Muay Thai instructor about made us throw up tonight, and so I was debating coming on here, but
You what?
whatever. The Muay Thai instructor,
Oh, about
the
made you throw up?
kickboxing,
Oh,
she about made us throw up, and I'm like, my God! I was the whole time I was like,
wow.
she was smoking us. I was like, what do we
Oh.
do to you?
And you pay her for that.
She punched you in the face?
No, we were doing
No, what's wrong?
kick and punch drills to the beat of like rap songs
Oh, my Lord.
for an hour straight.
Oh, my goodness.
She was
And I was
taking her
like-
anger out on you.
At the end of it, I mean, I had bronchitis or something like 2 weeks ago, so I'm still
Ain't
coughing a
nobody
little
got
bit.
time for that.
By the end of it, my lungs were sore. I'm like, my lungs are sore. I just stopped. I said, I'm done. I'm gonna go over here.
And then she punched you.
Ain't nobody got time
I'm
for
like-
no bronchitis.
I'm like, I'm done.
He just
Nobody got
don't-
time for
he
that,
just ignores
Jesus.
the hell out of me.
I got.
You see, this is a side effect of exercise.
I just
Yeah,
stopped.
please,
I went
damn it.
and went to the area you're at when you're done with the class. So I'm done.
Yeah.
You were there with the
I can't do anymore.
5-year-olds.
I was about to puke. I'm like, I can't do anymore.
Oh, that's funny. That was 5 minutes in, right? So,
This was she started us off playing Welcome to Miami with Will Smith,
Oh, Lord.
and we had to kick, take a step back, and another step front, and kick again. Boom, 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 psh, boom, boom, boom. It was that fast.
how the hell do you keep rhythm to that?
And then the burnout drill was 100 kicks on each leg, and I got 50 on one leg,
You got
and
a
I
cramp.
got to about a quarter of the way on the other leg. I just handed the dude my pads. I'm like, here, I'm done. I'm like, I'll hold for you, but I'm not. I held in my pads, so I'm done. Like, I'm about to throw up.
Here's my maxi pads.
This shirt was down to here, wet, soaking wet.
Just remember, you paid for that. So.
I said, what is this salty charge? Well, you hold these pads strapped to your arms, like here to here.
Yeah.
And you hold them, and that's what people kick.
Yeah.
They're called tie
yeah.
pads.
Yeah.
And I just handed the dude, my partner, I took him off. I said, here, I'll hold for you. I'm done. I can't do it. And he was about a 30-year-old, maybe, real skinny little Asian boy, and he was ready to go. He did them all. Like, I'm so proud of you.
Well, we'll let you go ice your groin. So,
I don't know if I'll be able to walk tomorrow. I've done 1,000 kicks and 1,000 punches today.
I'm gonna message you tomorrow to make sure you're alive.
Yeah.
I'll be there.
Make sure your wife has the phone charged in case you got to dial 911 or something. So,
Caffeinated cryptid will be very caffeinated tomorrow.
Lord. Well, remember, with all that extra use of your muscles, you're going to get all those extra proteins and things flowing around. So drink lots of water too. So
Yeah, I do.
otherwise you'll really hurt.
Water.
It really hurt. Take you some, drink you some cherry juice. Honestly, some cherry juice, pure concentrate cherry juice. That'll get rid of a lot of the stuff in the
He
blood
has that at
system.
home.
No, but he's going to leave the house to go to work.
I've got a ton of hydration assistance. I'm not worried about that. I'm just worried about throwing up on the mat.
Well, no, the acidic in the cherry kills out the stuff in the blood. So, but I understand.
Lynn's telling me to pop my cherry.
Yeah, pop your cherry. So, all right. Well, JT, anything else? I know you wanted to get more questions, and we just kept kind
I
of?
got my questions.
Okay. All
I
right.
always go back and he spoke so fast. I have to go back and watch this just to get those answers.
Yeah, he was a fast talker, but he's from Pennsylvania, so. Dina, you got anything else for tonight?
No, I'm good.
All right, Bobby, what shows you got coming up?
Well, if I don't get ghosted again, I got Joey the UFO magnet tomorrow,
All right.
Okay.
and I hope
All right.
he shouldn't ghost me. He's he's a bigger deal, and we've talked before, and
He's not the guy
I
in
think
North
he's- I
Georgia,
think
is
he's
he?
I don't know. I can't think of where he's at.
Because
He was going to be on my show before, and my dock broke, and so we had to postpone.
Okay, no, because this guy I saw, he was from North Georgia, and I was in the chat, and we were messaging about stuff, so
Was it Les Durant?
it might have been. I don't remember.
That's who I was going to get if you didn't want.
Oh man. Oh well. Oh well. Oh well. So it all worked out.
Yeah, Les is
So.
Les is a cool cat. He's over there by you.
Yes.
I wonder that too, Daniel.
And
That's why its name shows up. Sometimes it don't.
you know, I need to go in and look at the settings because I think it's got to do with either the Knoxville Strange Happenings or the criminal group that what's her name, Brenda runs. Some of the settings must be wrong because I can even chat back in the chat tonight, and sometimes I can't. So I wonder if it's a setting on one of their groups. So
Brenda's probably.
yeah, Brenda broke it. So all
I'm about to pass
right,
out.
Bobby Dizzle, we'll go ice your groin.
I want to hear the outro music. I want to hear the outro music though.
You want to hear the outro music? Okay, well, let me get it going.
Don't.
I feel bad.
Oh, you afraid we're gonna stay and
this
talk
long.
about you?
Oh, I don't care. Talk about me all you want. Just include my website.
Nah, we love you.
Dizzle.com.
Yeah, and that motherfucker is at BobbyDizzle.com.
That's right.
Just remember, like, comment, subscribe. If you're gonna talk shit.
Yep, that's right.
That's the way to do it. Make sure to subscribe.
I don't care if you hate me. Just hate me and tell everybody else about it.
You'll get some of those cool coins that say that.
Mhm.
You know, you
Hate
can
me.
get the front
Hate
side,
me.
and I can get the back side.
I want a coin that says "fuck you, pay me."
All right, ladies and gentlemen, appreciate it. We'll see you soon.
Hey.
At first, I thought that was Obama. So,
Racism. I will not tolerate racism.
be careful. We got a sexist over there. So.